the look in your eyes. You're on a mission, burning ambition. You've got your eyes on the prize. You've gotta rise to the challenge. Show 'em what you got. Step up and take what's yours. You are kings now, clash of titans.
Hey everybody, we are back. Tornado Tag Podcast 77, I believe.
77. Wow.
77. We're creeping up there, boys. We have a lot to go over tonight. News, like always. We may have a new show idea that we're going to pitch to you guys.
Whoa.
We have a little announcement to show. Not a new show, but like it's going to be
like a spin-off.
Like a spin-off. It's still
An
gonna be-
offshoot.
It'll still be under the Tornado Tag canon, so it will be an episode number, but it won't be this structure of show.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a show that you guys kind of already have listened to on the network if you just listen to the audio-only version. If a little spoiler. If you like what you hear, please hit the share button below. I did test the Facebook chat out. Facebook chat isn't really working too well for us right now. It's not showing up on my end, so if we do miss anything in the comments, I do truly apologize. We'll try to keep an eye on it, but if we miss it, I am sorry. Please hit the links below and support everything you see. Our links. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube. We're trying to get our Twitch, any of the platforms higher, but Instagram and Twitter is our main goal right now. We're trying to get those a little higher and cover that aspect.
And can you just search for Tornado Tag or is it TTP?
If you search Tornado Tag Podcast on YouTube, it'll pop up.
I mean, but same on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes. Yep.
I said that right.
Yeah. But on YouTube, it is the IWEP network. Little cool thing happened a couple of days ago on one of our shows because it is a network show and we're all in the family together. It's all one brand, but we do little offshoots. First ever in podcast history, donation came through. Almost 2 years on coming up to this, and we got our first donation.
Live donation.
A live donation, which was unbelievable.
Smack dab in the middle of the show.
I almost cried. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little like, "Holy shit! I can't believe that happened."
That's great.
So yeah, man. And that was to Mary McHale. She's my aunt, but it was awesome.
Donations.
Donation's a donation. I'll take it any way I can get it. I don't care if it's my mother. It's
donation generosity.
Showing support. Like people every time I see like a number go up, like somebody ordered something from the merch page.
Yeah.
I get excited. It's a good feeling.
Cool, yeah.
It's really cool.
It is.
And the fact that there's so many talented independent wrestlers out there and wrestlers in general. So I understand that people are like, if I have $20, I'm gonna throw it to a wrestler. But if we as a podcaster are higher on your list and you want to wear our merch, that means even more to me because I know if I had $20, I would throw it towards a wrestling shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially if it's a cool shirt. That's what I always had in my mind. You get a shirt.
When
that's
was
so
the last
cool.
time you bought one wrestling shirt, Tony?
Just one. No, he means just one.
Just one.
Not two or
Yeah.
three.
I think I was 8 in the last.
Oh my! Oh Jesus!
Yeah, Brian has been with me many a times at PPW shows, and I'm like, and Brian's like, "Did you get?" Because I'll buy one, and then I'm like, I'm cutting myself off, and then I walk away, and I come back, he's like, "You got 2 more fucking shirts."
He just has a clothes rack with him.
Yeah.
He's just like pushing it down the street.
The thing
in
is,
Hazleton. It's
if
crazy.
you want to sell a shirt in wrestling, get a cool design and maybe don't have a black shirt. Because everybody has a black shirt. I mean, that's the standard.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to be a little different, change it up a little. That's why all the blue and gold shirts are changed. Yes, we have some black.
Yeah.
But that's why I have that faded brown, or faded blue, the yellow.
There's
just
nobody,
to stand out, look different. Like
there's
Facade's
nobody-
green and pink shirts.
Absolutely, yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah. I bought one. A lot of times I wouldn't buy shirts because they
He
were
needs a
fucking
black
lame.
trim around it though.
Yeah, that's what I think.
It's
yeah.
hard to visually see it. But there's really not many people out there that support independent wrestling when it comes to t-shirt game like I do.
Yeah.
Like I do. I'm actually rocking one today. I'm rocking the Kit Raff.
Mm-hmm.
The Kit Raff Jason 3. I think this is the Jason 3.
I'm not sure. It's a Halloween inspired Halloween.
Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, not Michael Myers. Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the
Yeah, but I
13th
think it's Friday the
inspired,
13th part 3.
cat
Cat.
mashup.
It's actually
cool.
his cat.
Yeah,
With a
yeah.
mask on it. Yeah. Well, right now there
Is
is
his cat named Cat Raff?
No, it's Kitty Raff.
Kitty Raff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So close.
That was close.
So there is a sale going on right now at Pro Wrestling Tees.
20% off. Everyone knows that shipping sucks, but hey, it's like the shipment's only $5. Then.
So yeah, we'll get this one out of the way quick. You can, if you head over to Pro Wrestling Tees, type in Team Blue or Gold, or you can get the Notorious Kit Raff shirt. Anyone, there's a lot of cool independent superstars on there. If you are an independent
I
wrestler,
believe the sale code is Labor Day.
yeah, Labor Day. If you are an independent wrestler, if you are a promoter, if you're anything to do with wrestling, if you're a fan and you just want to share a news topic, if you find a funny meme, if you want to promote your merch page, if you want to promote your podcast, please use the Tornado Tag Facebook group. It is open to anyone. I do not. There's no limitations of what you can and can't. I mean, there is limitations of what you can and can't post. But if you want to promote your shows or what you're doing or your merchandise, please use our platform to do so.
Yeah. As long as it's not foul. There.
Yeah. If you're not,
posting. And it's wrestling related.
yeah,
You
keep
can't
it-
be posting politics
Yeah.
or something that's like, hey, look at what happened in baseball. No, wrestling.
You can't be doing what they're doing on the Thunderdome on Raw.
Don't do that.
Don't Thunderdome us. Yeah, don't Thunderdome us. Yeah, so that stuff's out of the way.
Where do you want to go first?
I'm trying to think here. Do you want to do your history, or do you want to just
Yeah, we have
or do you
some
wanna
history,
fly-
some recent, some not so recent. We do have plenty of history here.
I want to try to possibly change it up tonight.
All right.
Let's do a quick recap, like winner loser type thing. Not really dive into it too much, but just kind of brush over SmackDown to yesterday's NXT
AEW.
All right.
or AEW. Yeah, they were on back in
Yeah. Tuesdays NXT.
So let's start
And
with
Tuesdays
let's
Impact.
start with SmackDown and let's get this because we do want to review still what's going on in pro wrestling, but we're not going to dwell most of the show on it.
Yeah, there's tons of shows that do
I kinda
review
like the
match by match
I
and
like the history
segment by
stuff.
segment.
Yeah, I like the history stuff.
So I don't watch SmackDown. I have no time to watch SmackDown or Raw.
I watch it, but I
They're
honestly
awful.
I don't retain any of it.
Really?
Yeah,
You just watch it.
Raw
like,
and SmackDown. Nothing sticks.
SmackDown's easier to watch at 2 hours. Even like people I talk to when I'm at work and stuff that watch, here and there, they're like, I don't really keep up with it. I just watch pay-per-views. And I'm like, I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit.
Yeah, because the way they promote the pay-per-views, it's like they tell you the whole storyline going up into it anyway.
Yeah, and then like the one guy was like, no, I ain't watching Payback. He's like, I just watched SummerSlam. He's like, Roman's coming back. He's just gonna win the belt, so I ain't watching. And I was like, he was right.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
So, I don't blame. If you enjoy WWE, that's great, but I don't.
yeah,
Not right now.
Here's the thing. I always try to say like, well, they are trying to change things up, but it's just like it just seems like no matter what they do, it just nothing's sticking, and it's
Yeah.
hard for the fans to really rally behind it.
It is like.
I'm
sure there's some people that think Raw Underground's awesome, but
Yeah, I'm Mr. Positivity that
Yeah.
tries to find the best in everything. It's
hard.
Raw and SmackDown are tough.
yeah, I mean,
They
there's
are
talent, a lot of good talent,
tons of talent.
but I think it comes down to Vince and his shitty ideas. And in the current day, his idea of wrestling sucks.
Yeah. The pay-per-view happened
Oh
first.
yeah, the Payback.
Let's talk Payback, and then we'll go into what happened this week in
Well,
wrestling.
well, before that, SmackDown was before Payback.
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
It's hard to
And-
keep track.
Yeah,
It's so
see?
much.
we're fucking terrible.
the big running story of the night was that Adam Pearce is back as a major TV character,
Yeah, which is cool.
and yeah, it's cool. And Vince gave him the mission of just trying to get the 3 people in the main event to sign the contract for the main event of Payback, which was Roman, Bray, and Braun in a 3-way for Bray's Universal title. And so he has to go in the Firefly Funhouse as Postman Pierce to get a signing. Braun signs it, no problem. And the big angle at the very end of SmackDown is he's been trying to get in the Roman's locker room the whole time. And he gets in there, and Roman is in the locker room with Paul Heyman, of all people.
I wanted to go back and watch that just to see what happened. Did they say anything, or is it just kind of like, ooh, look
they
at
didn't
them
show
two?
Roman
wait.
at all.
Well, you just see him and you see Pierce and Roman. You don't see anybody else in the room.
Oh,
It's like a
okay.
tighter shot. And then Roman says he's going to win at Payback, and that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. He uses Paul Heyman's line, and it pans over, and Paul Heyman's there, and he uses Roman's line and says, "Believe that."
Oh, okay. Well, that's a nice line.
Well, which we had some debate
yeah. Well,
on the page
I,
where
I thought it was when he did come back. I'm like, is he heel? He's technically beating up 2 heels? I don't.
Yeah.
So it was hard to.
So, like-
it was like gray area.
yeah, my thing is if his music popped and he walked down the entrance and I'm here and face to
Yeah.
face and then beat both of them up, that's more the Superman Roman Reigns that we're accustomed to.
Mhm.
He jumped the crowd and hit people from behind. And his appearance was because he always totes the line too, where he plays that like I'm a heel, but I may not be a heel. I'm kind of like the badass, but I still want the cheers.
Yeah.
And then the Paul Heyman thing happens, which kind of leans more towards the heel
You
thing.
would think. I mean, too bad we didn't have fans. But if we had fans, then like
Yeah.
the more heel they go, they're like, well, we like them now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cheer 'em.
And the thing is, they're not even like. I know one of the arguments was, well, they didn't pipe in the booze.
Well, maybe they're trying to
They don't-
slowly
They don't really pipe in booze for any of it. It's the same crowd noise the whole time. It's like
Yeah.
it's like almost like a
static, like
They
a
piped in boost for Orton, I think.
Did
yeah.
they?
I think they have.
They might here and there,
I don't-
just like cheers. But
I don't
mean,
even notice at this point. It all blends
I
together.
mean, that's hard to do. You know, hard to judge it with no crowd.
It's like static noise.
Yeah, like Madden.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not like
Yeah.
a video game crowd. 100%. All
The
right,
other big return on SmackDown was Sami Zayn. Sami
Yeah, how about
Zayn
that?
came
I
back.
heard he has a head of hair on him.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
just
he
wild
does.
hair.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
he-
don't think he's gotten a haircut while he's been gone.
it's just this wild red hair.
Well, I'm actually excited.
I'm glad he's back. He's a good wrestler, but I'd be even more glad, is that a term?
Better
if he
glad.
was El Generico on AEW.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
But I like the
But El
storyline. they're
Generico's
building.
out with the orphans in Mexico.
Yeah, well, he
so
died. So,
Fortunately, that
yeah.
can.
Yeah. But I do like the storyline that they're building here for
Oh, where he's the real Intercontinental Champion?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
I dig it. And I think him and Jeff Hardy will be fun to watch.
That should be a good match, yeah. I think so. I mean, I hope so.
I mean, there's a bright spot for SmackDown.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's got to be a ladder match, right? They're going to do the Shawn Michaels Razor Ramon thing with the two champions.
God, I hope so.
I don't know. I would think, but who knows?
And wrestling wise on SmackDown, I thought it was short, but Cesaro and Kalisto was pretty good. Of course, it's
There's
Cesaro
two
and
guys,
Kalisto.
yeah. I can
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
that.
Cesaro-
Anytime Cesaro is wrestling a smaller guy that's like Lucha, he's very good.
He can wrestle a broom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a guy that deserves way more.
Absolutely.
So that's SmackDown. If you want to jump right into Payback now,
Sure.
the big news is after last week, where either Retribution or the PA Pumpernickel podcast or whatever was dragging me down last week. Back, and we're
They won.
back in action now, and I got a little bit of revenge because new champion on Pro Wrestling Scorecards right
there you
here.
go.
Yeah.
And
that's Brian, of course.
Yeah, sorry, I was
That's
reading the
me.
chat. Patrick, thank you for the share, brother. Sharing the stream, and also he said, "Let me on here." He wants to come talk
Yeah.
wrestling with us.
Pat lives in Harrisburg now, so I want to set it up.
Yeah,
Pat's watching wrestling since he was a kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know Pat?
I used to work with him. He used to go to RH too for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Years
yeah.
ago.
We'll try to work something out, Pat. If you can, maybe we get you. We have a bunch of open seats, man. We're in the Schuylkill County area. If you ever want to join us, man, we'll work something out.
Was he? No, he wasn't at the. I was gonna say he was at ROH CZW. It wasn't at that one.
Yeah. Go ahead,
About
Brian.
the War Games one.
Yeah.
As champion, go ahead.
Pre-show match was Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott beating the Iconics. They would do that rematch the next night. And then on the main show, Bobby Lashley beats Apollo Crews to win the U.S. title. Decent match, not nothing. I actually thought Payback was better than SummerSlam.
I agree.
Wow.
There wasn't as much goofiness. The wrestling was solid. They didn't try to reinvent the wheel with their booking.
Yep.
Maybe the end they got a little crazy, but that's fine. If you're going to overbook at the end.
I don't mind Bobby Lashley as U.S. champion. I dig it.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I felt like his
finisher.
there
got
was
new,
that whole
I was gonna say his finisher got a new name, right? It's now the.
the full Lashley.
No,
Yeah.
it got a new name. It's
Oh,
the,
did it?
the Hurt Lock.
The Hurt Lock, yeah.
Okay, I like that. That's
Yeah.
better than the full Lashley.
Yeah, full Lashley sounds like a porno.
She's gonna get the
Full Lashley. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now
Big-
Apollo needs a new name for his finisher. Toss.
The
Power
full
bomb.
Apollo.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. Okay.
If real quick,
Big-
before Brian jumps in, if you guys are watching this on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever platform you are watching, hit that share button, man.
Mhm.
Let
And
people
the like.
know, and the
Like,
like.
share.
Let people know. Let me know you're here. I know Facebook chat. I have it open here so I can see you typing now.
And like the page if you haven't.
Yeah, and help us out. It's, share the stream. Let people know we're a thing, and talk to
Takes
us a little bit.
2 seconds.
Go ahead, Brian.
Big E. The singles push continues. He defeated Sheamus.
Yeah.
Sheamus is very much in that jobber to the stars territory right now.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Like he kind of feels like even though he ain't that old, he's like winding down his career. Like,
Yeah.
remember he had
Well,
the neck injury or whatever.
He has like
lost a ton of
stenosis,
weight.
doesn't he? Something like
Yeah.
a spinal thing.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'd be afraid to wrestle.
Yeah. Lost a ton of weight. Leaned
know
up
he-
real
I
big.
know he has his hair back.
Yep.
I have not seen Sheamus since he's been back.
He's fun to watch.
That's it.
I don't mind watching.
I was
him.
never big into it. I'm indifferent. Like if he's there,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I like the bar a lot.
I love
Yeah,
the bar.
that was pretty good.
Yeah. R.I.P. R.I.P. bar.
R.I.P. 7 years ago.
All right.
So then Matt Riddle defeats King Corbin in our next match.
This is a big win. Oh, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, when it comes
Well, I
from
guess
like
Matt Riddle's first big one in the main roster, right?
and it's against Corbin,
Yeah.
which is someone who he. I mean, when it comes to
Well, didn't he beat? No, wait, he beat AJ night one. It was non-title.
Okay,
though.
that's
yeah,
right, yeah.
but I mean, beating AJ non-title and getting like a weird roll up is one thing. But Corbin, when it comes to pay-per-view wins, he's always someone they keep right at the back door if they ever have to throw a title on somebody. He's there.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
haven't pulled the trigger on him yet, but he wins a lot of matches. Like you could tell he's someone they have high hopes for in the future. So for Riddle to come up and get a win on Corbin is a big deal when it comes to what people are thinking backstage.
I can see that, yeah.
And yeah, they do tend to let Corbin lose quite a bit because I think they're confident that he'll get his heat back. Like he lost to Elias at WrestleMania, but
Yeah.
I mean it's obviously better than if he would have lost to Corbin at that point. Then that would be a problem.
Yeah.
And well, we'll get into that, but go ahead.
Next match, I thought this was really good. Actually, was Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax defeating Sasha Banks and Bayley to win the women's tag titles.
The word was both tag matches were the highlights of the show.
Yeah. Shayna killed it.
Yeah, with that submission at the end. I seen
Yeah.
that. That's awesome.
Yeah, they really let her loose finally.
Yeah,
You finally got NXT Shayna Baszler and WWE in that match.
I agree. It's because she has a title.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's like, no, just take that, just do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's it. Just let her kick ass. That's it.
How do you book her?
Yeah.
How do you make her a monster?
Yeah, I think she should like bite people in the neck. And bleed it. Remember that?
Thank God that never caught on.
Oh, I thought it was gonna, but it didn't. I thought Vince was like, yeah, vampire.
She's not that pretty.
Yeah, put her with that Damian Priest, and they can bite people's necks. God damn it.
I think she's
Yeah.
beautiful on the inside.
Yeah, I just wish I hope they keep her a badass and just have her do like that. I don't give a shit about anybody like she was doing with that kid's gonna suck.
Yeah,
The Andy Header
Yeah.
promo.
absolutely.
What if Sharon is right? What if the kid grows up and he's just a total douchebag? We find out 20 years from now when Shannon's like, I was right.
I was right.
Told you. Keith Lee gets the win over Randy Orton. So welcome to the big leagues, Keith Lee.
Yeah, good for Keith
That was
Lee.
shocking. Shocking. I thought Randy was going to squeeze it out.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know. It didn't. How they book it the next night though made no sense
Yeah.
then. So,
Yeah.
yeah. As you watch, you're like, really? And then you're like,
Yeah.
it
I,
meant.
I hope he ain't chasing after the 24/7 belt in a
it,
month.
it made no sense.
Yeah.
It was a great win, but there was no payoff to it.
Yeah, it's like,
Congratulations on your win. You're still not fighting for the.
Can we have that back now?
Yeah. Well, all right. Next match.
Very good match. Like Andy was saying, the tag matches really were the engine on this show. We had Ray and Dominic defeating Seth Rollins and Murphy.
Yeah.
With Dominic getting a big pin on Murphy.
Took that hood off.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine wrestling with a hood the whole time. And not the old time slang for a mask, a literal hood, like a hoodie that's flopping back and forth.
Yep.
I think Dominic's going to be just fine.
I do too. I think it'll be fine.
Now, what do you do with Dominic? Do you send him to NXT for a while?
I
Do you
don't.
take him off TV?
Can you at this point?
I mean, do you just roll with him on Raw?
I think your NXT roster is pretty good where it is. I think trying to put Dominic in there and then trying to put him as like a monster, like a.
Well, not a monster. No, he had to. He's
We
starting at
could
the bottom.
if you do the thing like they're saying they're going to have him like build up some seasoning, then maybe he'll become Prince Mysterio and wear a mask. If you're doing that, maybe he goes down and he wrestles. What's his name now? Joaquin
Wild or whatever.
Escobar.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
whatever.
no, Santos Escobar.
Santos.
I always get those two confused.
the guy,
Well, they all look
the
the
guy who
same.
should wear a mask but
Yeah.
doesn't.
Phantasma.
Yeah.
What I would do is if he's going to be Prince Mysterio and you put him down there, have a match, and it's a spin on the mask versus mask match. If Phantasma wins, he like
Has to put
Dominic
it
can't
back
wear
on.
the mask anymore. If Dominic wins, then Phantasma has to wear the mask.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
They take 3 cool looking luchadors, they make them all look like just
I'll tell you
random
what though,
Mexican dudes.
his facial expressions though are very good.
Yeah.
Like I can see why they maybe would fight to kind of like when Andrade would come to the ring with his mask and then take it
Yeah.
off. I think
Vince
that's what.
doesn't like masks.
Yeah, but the way his facial expressions are, he's good.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you take the kid to the store and you say, which toy do you want, Phantasma or Escobar? I'm going to buy Phantasma.
They're gonna buy the one with the mask. Yeah.
Hey, then you can sell the masks to kids too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that happens all the time. Like just locally, guys. One of the people that we've seen locally that has the best facial expressions, I think, of like local guys is a guy who wore a mask forever, Deshaun Pratt.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I think locally, best facial expressions. Deshaun's very up there, and Tony Deppen.
Yeah, totally.
Deppin's
great.
Yeah.
Deppin's facial expressions are fantastic.
And then on our main event of the evening, no holds barred triple threat match. Roman Reigns does get the win over The Fiend and Braun Strowman to win the Universal title. The whole thing here is that Roman never signed the contract on SmackDown, so for most of this match, it's just Braun and Bray.
Killing each
And
other.
then they kill each other. They do the thing where they broke the ring again. And then here comes Roman. He signs the contract in the aisle, runs down, and cleans up. And that's
the
when, like,
cheap
okay, he's a
win.
heel. Because he like, just wait until he picked his spot. He did what Seth Rollins did to him at WrestleMania, basically.
So he's officially heel.
I
at
would
this
say
point,
now,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea is he's going to be a heel. Braun's going to be a heel. I guess Bray is your big baby
Yeah,
face.
which is
The
like,
Fiend's your big
that's
baby
weird.
face.
And I guess AJ would be next. I don't know. Oh, no, AJ's heel, too. I forget.
Unless AJ, it'll be so crazy if they move AJ back to Raw. I think they're going to wind up moving Braun to Raw.
I can see. I may just get him away from Bray, and I don't know what you do with Braun. I really don't know what to do. I'm like,
I could see moving Braun to Raw, and then he's feuding with Drew.
So
yeah. Nothing with Alexa though.
There's some. Well, she was watching the match the whole
Yeah.
time and twirling her hair
Yeah.
and kind of
Yeah.
like they're teasing something for her. So here's the thing with Braun, and I don't want to like. I'm not when I say this, it's not me downplaying or making a joke on mental illness or having suicidal thoughts. Because someone who has struggled with that for a long time, this is not me putting this down in any shape or form. But if you make a documentary and put yourself out there and say, when I wasn't getting pushed, I contemplated suicide.
A lot of people aren't getting pushed. Yeah.
Is that's kind of what I'm getting to,
Yeah.
right? So like, at what point does your employer say like, well, shit, like we really don't have anything for him right now?
He's gonna kill himself.
Is he gonna hurt himself?
Or is he gonna use that as like, oh, if you're not gonna push me, I'm gonna,
Yeah, it was a very. I love Braun Strowman. I think he's a cool dude. Like his personality outside the ring is really cool. He seems like an awesome dude, like somebody you would want to hang out with. But when you come out like. If I were to say like on the podcast like, hey, I'm not getting promotions at my previous job because this and it led me to suicidal thoughts, and then my job is like, well, fuck, a promotion's coming up, but someone is qualified better than him, but like they're gonna probably shy away from you. And I know that sounds shitty and it sounds insensitive and it sounds like, but like,
you can't win all the time.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know.
I know what you're trying to say. Like,
I'm trying to like not try to be insensitive when I say it, but it's like you kind of put people in a predicament. I understand it's very brave and it's very good for you
Yeah.
to speak out and say you're trying to get. Now, if he's in therapy trying to get help,
Yeah.
it's one thing. But like,
if you're solely saying, if I don't get pushed, I'm gonna
go
think
into a
about
dark
suicide.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're in a job where you're gonna be both. You're gonna be pushed sometimes, and sometimes you're not. You can't win all the time.
And he's
So,
a big guy. There's
Yeah.
really he's in a very tough predicament because if you're not being pushed to be the monster, then what do you're the monster who still loses. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, listen, Andre was never really champion. You know what I
No.
mean? He didn't need to be a
Didn't need to be.
champion. So that's kind of where the big guy always. The big guy doesn't always need to be holding a belt.
Yeah, and if that's what he has to feel, then that's somebody you really don't want to work with.
Yeah, it just I don't know, man. It's just really concerning. I hope that's not the case, and I hope I didn't come off insensitive because it wasn't my intention. But it was just, I don't know, man. It just
I know what you're saying.
yeah, it's tough.
Anyway, this is what I say. Why put the belt on Bray for a week?
Yeah, if anyone should be
Yeah.
contemplating anything,
Yeah.
freaking Bray
Like-
Wyatt. That guy
like-
can't keep a belt for more than
Like,
a month.
Would it made any difference if Braun just held it for the same match?
Yeah,
It made no difference because you could just have Roman could pin either guy and win it.
yeah.
Don't matter. So why switch it for 1 week? It
Yeah.
did nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, if anyone should be really upset about this, Bray literally builds Bray Wyatt up to win Elimination Chamber to lose it, a couple weeks later? Or a month later? Or 2
Like
months
3
later?
weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah, a month later, WrestleMania.
Yeah, not even.
Cena had it for like 2 weeks when he had his record-breaking reign that lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah, but they just gave it to him just to get that
Yeah.
record-breaking thing. Like, they didn't have a future.
Yeah,
They
there
was
was
just...
no point in giving the title to Bray.
Then he
for a week.
builds up the Fiend to get squashed by Goldberg at Mania.
Yeah.
Then he rebrands the Fiend, brings it back up, finally beats Braun Strowman, Then loses the next week to the returning Roman Reigns.
Yeah, the spear is his enemy.
Jesus. I mean,
I don't know. I don't understand that booking at all. I would like the staunchest WWE defender to explain to me why that was a good idea.
yeah.
It's WWE has a bad habit of booking themselves into a corner where at SummerSlam it's probably like, oh, we don't want to beat Bray. We don't want Bray to lose to Braun. But they also don't want to do a DQ finish at the end for Roman coming in. So they're between a rock and a hard place. So, okay, we're going to have Bray win, but he's going to lose in a week.
Like
Yeah.
when you created this character, you've protected him to the point where a referee had to stop a match because they didn't want him to be pinned clean.
Yeah, but like, what is having the belt for 1 week and losing it worse than just losing?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah. Hey, the chat works.
That's a Twitch post. So
Oh.
we can see Twitch. We just can't see Kurt from the PA Punkheads said, hopefully you don't have any technical issues tonight.
No.
With some faces.
With,
No, we don't. We're not.
retribution.
We banded together. No, I hooked Brian up with my old mixing board, so hopefully we have no problems tonight.
And his podcast just interviewed Matt Turner.
Yeah, Matt Turner on the show.
I believe it's out.
Yeah,
believe so. He can correct us.
I was told about it, but I didn't want to spoil it because I think I think Matt's a good interview.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to listening to it. I have not had a chance to yet, but head over to PA Piledriver Podcast and give them a listen. And we keep their little thing down there next to the Team Blue and Gold underneath my shoulder over here. Follow PA Piledriver, give them some love, and go check out their new interview with Andy's tag team partner, Matt Turner.
Now, I'm going to interview Matt Turner next, and we're just going to talk for 45 minutes about Repo Man.
No,
I love it.
That's going to be great.
Sean Carr next week. I like it. I liked it a lot. Sean Carr is somebody I would like to talk to as well. But
he recently won the Excite heavyweight championship.
Yeah, I'd love to see him back in Hazleton, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I think he's kind of comfortable in his without traveling, And I mean, COVID may change some things.
Yeah,
but
we'll never know. I mean, who knows? We might see.
Yep. All right. So that's the end of Payback. Let's get into the next show.
Raw was next the next night, and I should mention that all of these WWE shows this week, up until and including NXT, they did do a graphic at the very beginning for Bullet Bob Armstrong. He actually passed. The news came out, I think, either as we were doing the show last week, or because I'd kind of tap out early because of the tech issues, or later that night, it came out that Bob Armstrong passed. Of course, he's the Road Dogg's father. The famous Armstrong wrestling family. Brad Armstrong was an amazing wrestler. Scott and Steve Armstrong, too. Scott Armstrong was a referee in WWE forever. And, Bullet Bob was like a big star, probably the big star in the Alabama territory, like Alabama, the Florida Panhandle, Pensacola, that area. He was huge. It was Continental Wrestling or Southeastern Wrestling before that. And the big stars there were him, the Fullers. If you remember Colonel Robert Parker from WCW, he was a wrestler there, Robert Fuller. Mm-hmm. His brother Ron Fuller was a really big guy. There's pictures of him and Andre's not that much taller than Ron Fuller. So sad when Bullet Bob Armstrong passed away, the patriarch of the family. I believe what happened there is I know his wife passed a few months back, and I think the thing was that he had cancer. And after his wife passed away, if I'm not mistaken, he just said, I don't want to be treated anymore. I'm done.
Yeah. Last week when we talked about Luna, I seen a lot of Luna posts after.
Really?
Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, people were really. I know. I don't want to. I only know her by her ring thing. Her actual name, Rose.
Then just say somebody else.
The People's Tramp.
Felicia Rose.
Felicia Rose,
yes.
yeah. I was gonna say Felicia Rose. I was like, I think I'm wrong, but then I wasn't. She even posted a lot about like Luna, how much she liked Luna and how much she meant to her, and she showed like her cosplay she did of herself as Sherry and Luna.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's cool. Yeah. Like it's kind of cool that like Brian put that as a show topic and show Luna some love, and then a lot of other people showed how much they. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they listened to us and did. I'm just saying her impact in the wrestling world. Like it's still people are still talking about it, which is kind of it's awesome. It was awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
So with Raw, it starts with Randy Orton coming out, cutting a promo. Keith Lee comes out to interject. And basically what's happening here is they're doing a series of one-on-one matches throughout Raw where the winners will go into a three-way at the end of the night, and the winner of that three-way gets a shot at Drew McIntyre at Clash of Champions, because we can't use the word the.
Yeah, don't say the.
Clash of Champions coming up. So the matches wind up being Keith Lee and Dolph Ziggler, which they jump right into because Dolph Ziggler attacks Keith Lee here. Orton and my mind just went blank. Orton and Kevin Owens. And then it's going to also be Seth Rollins and Dominic because they said Ray was supposed to be in the match, but he was hurt.
Yeah, he
which is true.
separated-
Ray does have an injury.
Separated his shoulder during the attack from Retribution.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he actually got his head cut open too.
And his eye popped out again.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, the guys can't win.
Poor
He's gonna
guy.
die.
He's like Kenny from South Park
Yeah.
now. It's like, how are we going to kill Ray today?
Yeah.
Going to throw him off a building. We're going to pop his eye out.
What can we do to Rey Mysterio?
Well,
And
real
this,
quick.
this in the same year he died already.
Yeah.
Remember, he got resurrected.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. Kind of news is Retribution is going to be exclusive to Raw now. They
Yeah.
will no longer be
Yeah.
on SmackDown.
Even though they're filmed in the same building.
Yeah. So, my initial thought when I hear that is you can't have them near Roman. That's a Roman move. You can't have Retribution come out with the big dog. Like what are they gonna do? Jump Roman Reigns?
Yeah. Yeah. No, because Roman's gonna. I don't know.
If he's not a part of them, he
Yeah.
can't be against them.
Yeah.
It doesn't go against the storylines.
I wonder if they're getting sick of him. I wonder if this is just going to go away.
Yeah. I heard somebody say that Retribution might just disappear, and I don't think anyone would be upset about it.
Yeah. I don't think they have a clear idea what they're gonna do with it.
I don't think they ever did. Well, hey, let's make a new. Vince said, we need a new stable. Okay, what should we call it?
Well,
I don't know.
Let's use what's going on in the world
Yeah.
and those riots. We'll
They're
make
like they're rioting, but not too bad.
Yeah.
They're like knocking stuff over, and then they're like, well, who should we put in? I don't know.
just get a bunch of people and put them in
Yeah.
ski masks.
So it's like, what like? Okay, let's say it's all new people. Why are they mad at WWE? Because
Yeah.
they didn't sign them years ago. So now they signed them, or they're here illegally. So they're here wrecking the joint but not getting paid. So
You heard
why?
it here first. And he's the leader of
Yeah,
Retribution.
yeah. Why would it makes no sense?
No. I hope it goes away.
Yeah, me too. Like Nightmare Family, or Nightmare Collective, Brandy's thing that just
Yep.
went away and no one complained.
Yep. All right.
So the first match was Keith Lee defeating Dolph Ziggler to get into the three-way. And from there, we had an interview with Asuka, and Mickey James comes out first. Mickey
Looks
James comes
amazing.
out saying she's one of the greatest champions of all time. She wants to challenge for the title. And then you have Natalya and Lana come out just saying, no, you're old, basically. You need to adapt. So basically, they're trying to... They remember there's women on these shows besides Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Asuka, so they're trying to push them a little bit.
Hey, why not?
And this winds up getting into Mickey James against Lana, with Mickey James picking up the win.
Mickey James can't be that much older than Natalya.
I think Lana made a joke calling her 50 during the promo.
She's probably like realistically
Mickey James like 41.
40. Yeah, I'd say 40.
Mickey
somewhere
James
around
looks
there.
We
amazing.
may
I
be
can't-
talking about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
She
till
did have a birthday come up.
Till
Yeah.
she's NWA Women's Champion.
Cool.
Mickey James.
Mickey James.
Because Nick Aldis.
Yeah, she looks unbelievable. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, Brian.
Go ahead, Brian.
So after that, we do have they announced the match with the Riot Squad and the Iconics, where the winning team gets a women's tag title shot against Shayna and Nia, and the losing team is split up forever. They
I-
must disband.
Personally, I
Why?
absolutely hate this.
Yeah.
Hate this.
Yeah, they even. I had a feeling what was come was come. We'll just jump ahead. We'll go out of sequence here.
Yeah.
The Iconics lost, and they're going to be splitting up. And they had a interview backstage where they're talking to the Iconics, and this is before the match. And sometimes you'll see a wrestler come out and be like, if they're a champion, oh, they're dropping the belt.
It's called
Just so you can see it in their face. The classic example of this, I think, was on SummerSlam right after 2016, I think, SummerSlam, when Sasha Banks beat Charlotte for the title on Raw, and then she lost right back at SummerSlam like 2-3 weeks later, when Sasha came out and like, she has the worst case of I'm dropping the belt face I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And you could just tell, because everything they said about the Iconics is true. They have been friends since high school. They came up in the business together. They got signed together, and they're breaking them up. There was real emotion. You could tell there was real emotion when they were talking.
It's a terrible
And
move.
for what?
Exactly.
Like, you want to push Peyton? Just push Peyton. Billy can be there. Billy's the lesser of the wrestlers too, so she can kind of be manager.
Billy Kay's done. Like
Yeah,
if they're
basically, yeah.
splitting them
Might as
up,
well just fire her.
you don't need her.
Yeah,
Because
can't wrestle.
she can't. She's great on the mic.
Yeah,
But a lot of her mic is with her partner.
yeah.
You have no true women tag teams really in your division except them and the Riot Squad.
Yeah.
So if you look at your roster and you look at your tag team champions, there's no true. It's all mashed up people put
Yeah.
together.
So
Like,
and so and so.
Lana's this week is
Yeah.
best friends with Lana. Lana's best friends with Natty, and now they're a team. So you have a true actual tag team that people, even though they're not that good, we're at least sticking by them because they can cut good promos and they're entertaining. And you're gonna split that up.
Yeah, because Vince.
Vince is high on Peyton.
Because she's hotter. That's the reason. That's the whole reason.
So dumb.
Which makes no sense.
So dumb. I
feel
hate
bad
it.
for Billy.
When Michelle McCool was at the peak of her push, it was Laycool and Layla was with her, and it worked great. Like it worked fine.
Yeah. And then they were the double champion. They had it like cut in like
the
friendship belt.
Yeah. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I think they're stronger together than they are apart.
And it's shocking that he's actually doing it for Peyton because with her husband or boyfriend or whatever they are, I'm not sure if they're married or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Sean Spears.
I believe they are married now.
Well, her husband being over at AEW, I'm shocked she's getting a push.
Yeah, I know.
We have yet another couple now too, with one in AEW, one in the WWE umbrella.
Oh, what's that?
Joey Janela's girlfriend just got signed to NXT.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know her.
Randy Lauren.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
She had wrestled for Evolve. She had done some stuff. She was in the crowd in Raw Underground once or twice, and she was after Damian Priest won the North American title. Did a picture of like him in the hot tub with two girls, and she was one of them.
With this crazy face, like.
Yeah, so she'll be showing up on NXT probably at some point here. The next match on Raw was Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Not really a match because Aleister Black was under the ring and came out from the back and ambushed Kevin Owens while he was making his entrance.
Oh,
Black Mass throws him in.
Speaking of that, did you see how early? Did you watch Payback?
No.
Did you notice that Braun Strowman hit the ring too early doing the Fiend's entrance?
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah.
So the Fiend's in the corner, and it was supposed to be as soon as the lights cut on, Braun Strowman was going to jump in and hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And as the Fiend is walking into the ring, Braun Strowman is climbing into the ropes, and they're like, yo, no, not yet. Yeah. So he jumps back out of the ring, rolls, and gets back under the ring.
Oh, that's funny.
And then he climbs back out and attacks him.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He came way too soon.
We're live, pal.
Yeah. I'm sorry. As you said, that Aleister Black came out to remind me of it.
We had a VIP lounge, which is basically to set up them unveiling Bobby Lashley as the new U.S. champion. Cedric Alexander comes out to interrupt, and basically they try to sell, like, did you rethink it? Are you going to be in the Hurt Business? Alexander says, hell no. And they kind of chide him, like, you shouldn't have come alone. He says he didn't, and the Viking Raiders attack the Hurt Business. It's all for a tag team match where Cedric and the Viking Raiders beat Lashley, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin.
Okay, finish your thought, and then I'll...
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say that. Maybe they're going to do like a Lashley-Cedric match on Raw or something. Who knows?
Pretty cool. Like, if you're Cedric storyline, why wouldn't you join the Hurt Business? What have you done?
Yeah.
They'd be like, you know what? They're winning titles.
And that's an MVP sales pitch, too.
Yeah.
Well, and I think they did a whole thing, too, where they're like, oh, now you're not with Ricochet anymore or Apollo Crews. You're with these guys. So they put some they put some doubt in that stable, that little stable we never see.
Yeah.
It
wasn't long for
main
this world
event
anyway.
this week if you have Hulu.
Yeah.
Main events on Hulu.
If you'd like to watch them
Mustafa
versus...
Ali against Ricochet.
Oh, boy.
Was it good? Was it a good match? Did they let them
I didn't
go?
watch it yet. I don't know if it even came out yet, but yeah, that's going to be probably a really good match if they give it time, and it's going to be a main event.
Yeah, no one's going to watch it.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Poor Mustafa. Man, he really fallen.
Yeah, he went from the hacker to nothing.
Yeah, but remember when he was high when he was going to win the title, and then he got hurt, and then Kofi took his place?
Kofi Mania happened.
And now he's just... Vince don't care. Vince is probably like, who's he?
Yeah. We're not working deals anymore with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, why don't we have him?
Yeah. We don't have to go back there.
That would be Mansoor. Who we'll get to Mansoor in a little bit because I like Mansoor for one reason.
There's pandering if there was pandering.
Yeah.
We're going to have this Saudi Arabia guy. We're not going to use him on Saudi Arabia shows.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Right.
Anyway.
Yep.
So the next match was Seth Rollins beating Dominic Mysterio to get the third spot in there. And they just keep showing Dominic's family, Ray and his wife, and they brought in Ray's daughter this time, too.
Mm.
And they look like Ray's wife was just despondent when Seth wins, and then he gives Dominic a curb stomp for good measure. And you would have thought that he poked Dominic's eye out with the way Dominic's mom reacted.
Oh, God.
She was like almost crying.
Wait till they get his twin brother Walter out.
Yeah. Wait till Walter comes back.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
I guess Cain Velasquez's godfather no longer cares.
Yeah. Well,
I
they fired him
guess
after they found out that was a
NXT
mistake.
NXT UK's revving back up now.
Yeah,
They have a
September 18th, 19th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
Nigel's going to be doing announcing for them.
Oh, awesome. That should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Maybe some of the guys let their hair grow and they all have the same haircut.
Yeah. They all have the same haircut, but just longer now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They all have the Neville.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna,
shaved sides, long
I'm gonna
tops.
get the size of my head shaved in the back, but I'm gonna have a long up top and a beard. What do
Yeah.
you say?
You know what? I think I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah. Hey, mate, yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna do it as well. And then everybody
Okay.
went Walter. And then the two bald guys, because they have to be bald because they ain't got no hair.
I'm just gonna grow a beard. Is
Yeah,
that cool?
yeah.
Usually, truth behind illusion, we do
Yeah,
accents.
we're gonna do it for this one.
All right, let's get through Raw here.
So then it was Andy's favorite Raw Underground. Titus O'Neil beat up a bunch of people, but then Riddick Moss
Titus
came out
O'Neil
and,
beat up Kakoa.
Oh yeah, I heard Kikoa had a spot.
Yeah.
In it. Titus O'Neil, where did they pull him out of?
No idea, but he beat it.
Dad of the year.
And I believe Sammy was ringside.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Sam
Oh,
Pandora
wow.
was actually I believe. I could be wrong.
I did not see it, so I cannot say.
But yeah, Kakoa, a local guy here in the area who
Mhm.
runs a school up in the Kingston, Wilkes-Barre area.
I believe it's more Poconos.
Pocono
somewhere,
area.
Yeah.
So the guy you watched, Titus, if you're not familiar, I'm sure most people who are listening are part of the local scene. That was a local guy,
Was he-
former PPW heavyweight champion.
Yeah, was he even named or was he just?
No,
Oh.
yeah, but he went out there
yeah.
and got squashed by Titus.
Mm.
and that was setting up Titus to lose to Riddick Moss, even though Riddick Moss did a little dirty punch there.
This
And-
is becoming Job Underground.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially because they had one of the guys, Arturo Uas. He
Ugh.
he lost a main event. I forget who beat him, but he's like this badass on Raw Underground. Then he goes on main event and loses. Not that anybody's watching main event.
No. Oh, Raw Underground. This can't make it through the year, can it?
I
We'll
doubt
see.
it.
We'll see. What lasts longer, Raw Underground or the
The Retribution.
Retribution?
That's a good one. I'm gonna say Raw Underground by a little bit, but I say 2021. They're both gone.
All right. Andy's take.
What do you say, Brian?
Oh, we lost Brian's audio.
Oh, that's tough. What do you
Hold
say,
on.
Brian? It's 15 minutes later. He's really thinking about this.
Oh,
Well, he is
shit.
at that independent wrestling show right now.
Yeah.
Look at that guy in the corner there with the white slump down. Kind
Well,
of looks
he's-
like Eric the
He's in a wheelchair. Yeah. I said he's
Eric
the first
the actor.
He's the first thing I see when I look at the screen. I might have to end the call and call you and just if you can
Come
leave
right
and
the
join
call.
back in, Brian. Try that.
Yeah. As we get Brian on and off here, we lost audio. Whoa! Everyone heard that?
You there?
Hello.
Hey,
I am
he's
here.
back.
All right. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. It's just our fucking the luck we have.
Don't go rain.
Skype gonna Skype. Skype gonna Skype. So what I was saying there is, yeah, I kind of agree with what Andy was saying, where I think neither one of them's that long for the world, but I think the Raw Underground will probably stick around slightly longer.
What if Retribution is behind Raw Underground?
Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon's part of Retro. He's
Uh,
it's all one
I
and the same.
thought WCW because he still owns WCW.
And then Raw Underground slowly becomes Nitro.
Yeah, but it's shitty 2000 Nitro. They get Mike Sanders. I'm sure he's not doing anything.
At this point, I know they don't have. They say they don't have the money to do anything. But if you're paying, if you already have a facility, right?
Mhm.
I know main event is not.
They have the money to do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, I know. Like main event is a show you're not really using, but instead of the night you're filming there, why don't you have like a Saturday show or a show at some weird point of the
Shotgun
week,
Saturday night.
Yeah,
and just do like a WCW style show, like a secondary show.
yeah. And just let the lesser guys.
Yeah.
And don't let Vince touch it.
I
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's awful.
You're using the same 8 people every
Yeah, and
just
then you have 2 shows and you're supposed to
spread it around.
show different people and you don't. It's
Yeah.
like, okay.
Like a guy
So,
a guy you jobbed out. I mean, spoiler alert for later unless you watched it, but a guy you literally jobbed out is now a world champion in another promotion.
Yeah.
Like what? Like, all right, go ahead, Brad.
So we had a skit of Akira Tozawa and his ninjas trying to come in, and the referee says they're not on the list.
Speaking of main
So
event,
so Tozawa comes out of the car and looks at the list, and it's blank. And he finally puts 2 and 2 together, and he rips open the security guy's vest or his jacket, and he's got a referee shirt under it. and you see R-Truth coming out of the booth, and he rolls Tozawa up, and he's now like a
38
whatever.
time, whatever.
Yeah,
38 time.
I think he's more than
24/7 champion.
more than Jerry Lawler was USWA World Heavyweight
Yeah.
Champion.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but
All right, let's
What
just
they should do with that title, here's what I would do. Now that R-Truth's a champion, I would have it, and I would just reward people for paying attention. Have R-Truth be in one of those Thunderdome boxes, and have somebody pin them, and then run to another box, and just have like 3 or 4 title changes in the Thunderdome.
hey, why not?
that'd be funny. Or like the one TV's fake and R-Truth is standing in it and it's not a real TV.
Yeah,
Great.
And
yeah,
that's
and
what-
he's standing there like not moving, but with the TV frame, like
He's just holding like that. That would be amazing.
Yeah, why hasn't that happened yet? All right, let's fly through Raw here.
Yeah, so the next match, Retribution got involved here. They caused a no contest in the match between Andrade and Garza and the Street Profits. We also had a back to Raw Underground where Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir are beating up everybody, and the Iconics are just kind of standing there, and Peyton throws Billy to the Wolves and throws her in, and she gets knocked out by the Horsewomen. They had a big fight between the Hurt Business and Ricochet and Cedric and Apollo, and yeah, it's Raw Underground. You know what it is by now.
Mm-hmm.
But then the main event for Raw, Randy Orton defeated Keith Lee and Seth Rollins in the 3-way to become the #1 contender for the. And he pinned Rollins, so they
The
didn't.
red
Keith Lee
title.
lost, but they didn't get pinned. He didn't get pinned. He got RKO'd out of nowhere, and then Rollins got the pin on, or Orton got the pin on Rollins after Keith Lee knocked him out. So I guess they did try to keep Keith Lee strong here, but he didn't win.
Beats Randy Orton clean, then
No.
loses the next night.
yeah, that's how it is. Randy Orton's getting that belt.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sooner or
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, I think so too. All right,
That's Raw.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, real quick with Impact. Tennille's back. Good to see Tennille Dashwood back.
Emma.
And the big news, of course, is that Eric Young. You were kind of alluding to it earlier, Tony. Eric Young is the new Impact champion.
Yeah, he beat Eddie Edwards, and Eddie Edwards only won it like 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks
Yeah.
ago?
He won at the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Yeah, when,
pay-per-view.
Wasn't that long
yeah,
ago.
it was in July. It was when everybody's like July 19th or 18th or something
I would
like that.
say
When
the
everybody's
Impact reboot.
But the
That
pay-per-view?
pay-per-view. I feel
Oh,
like
okay.
that pay-per-view is like their new launching point.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They need some fans or something.
Yeah.
That silence is. Ugh.
And there was a little bit of an upset here too, where the Rascals, Zachary Wentz, I forget the other guy's name, Dez, I forget.
Xavier?
They beat Ace Austin and Fulton, and it looks like they're going to be challenging the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh,
So yeah, Impact's plugging along. I honestly didn't watch it. I don't have Access
neither
TV.
do I.
I record Murder My Dude on Tuesdays, and I was watching NXT afterwards.
Yeah, and NXT was on Tuesday, so I'm sure Impact got just murdered in the ratings.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
I haven't watched.
That's
it in a
actually going to be
couple
what we're going to talk about next week. Impact getting murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
weeks.
yeah.
Well,
And then
rumors.
Vince Russo showed up.
Yeah.
Rumors that NXT may be staying permanently.
Yeah, because the
on
ratings were
Tuesdays.
very good, obviously. And
Yeah,
if they-
over 800,000 for NXT.
And they're going to be on Tuesday again next week.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
hockey
Super Tuesday
playoffs are still
too.
going on.
So I mean, why not move it? Why compete if you don't have to? I
Yeah.
mean, you're fighting for half the audience. Like
Yeah.
half's gonna watch the show, half's not. Why not just get all the audience moved to a different night?
Yeah, I think it'll help both shows.
Yeah.
Obviously, it won't
Well,
hurt,
because-
it won't help Impact at
No.
all. But
No, it's a
The idea of putting everybody will be fine. The idea of putting NXT on Wednesdays up against AEW was to stop AEW from doing well.
yeah.
They did well anyway. They got a new TV deal. They're not going away. They're part of. They're set.
Mhm.
They're doing well in the ratings. They're not going to get canceled. They're fine. So yeah, move NXT. You're making money off the show. Move it to Tuesdays. Anthem literally owns the channel Impact's on. They can put them on anytime they want. They could literally put them on 7 days a week, 24/7. They own the channel, so they
Yeah.
can go to Fridays, they can go to Thursdays, but then they're going to be even in bigger trouble because they're going to be going up against us. So move them to Fridays,
yeah,
and that's it.
yeah, they don't want to compete with us.
Yeah.
They don't
No.
want it. They don't want the smoke. They don't want that smoke.
Yeah. So move NXT, and then I heard they were floating around the idea at least. So look at the ratings here.
Yeah.
If USA says, hey, wow, look at these
Well, I mean,
ratings. We want those.
Well, look at
Can
this.
you move it?
They've been putting some serious shows on too. They're building decent storylines. The matches have been good. It's been decent. Even like the jokier stuff has turned into decent matches with like Breezango.
I
You know,
disagree, but if you think so,
I thought their matches were good.
how'd that forklift get there?
It was there the whole time.
Nobody noticed. Hey, why are you driving a forklift to the ring?
Well, it was a
no
it was a no holds bar match.
Was it?
Yeah,
Did they drive the forklift? They should
it
have
was
drive the forklift in.
it was already parked
What
there.
the fuck was the forklift doing there? Why didn't they get that forklift out before they started the show?
They were gonna jump off it. He's like, yo, put that
You're burying the lead here with NXT, by the way.
Yeah.
Our long national nightmare is over. This is how I win. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah. No more Morrow.
Morrow now leaving NXT.
Wade Barrett is fantastic.
I like Wade Barrett. And they ain't gonna have him no more. So I don't. They didn't officially sign Wade Barrett though. I heard they add him to the roster page.
Is
but
he
he's
done
not.
wrestling?
Wade, yeah, he
Yeah,
hasn't wrestled
he's-
in years.
He has no interest.
I don't know if he was hurt or maybe the longer he sits there and commentates though, it's gonna come
See,
back
when
at some
he-
point. Unless he physically can't, then he's done.
When he was there, his run in WWE is not when I was not watching.
Mhm.
But everything I've ever heard, like he was like when I wasn't watching wrestling, he was the equivalent of the yes chant. Like, well, I have some bad news. Like
that wasn't that big.
That got over. That got over. He would get hurt a lot at that point, though.
yeah, but I mean, like everyone was said like this guy is good in the mic. Like they liked his promos.
Yeah, he's a good talker.
Yeah.
He's a good wrestler. His finisher was the shits until he got the bullhammer elbow.
Yeah.
That was a little bit better. But then he got hurt, and maybe that's.
I think Joe was good on commentary. Like,
Yeah, he is.
So
Yeah.
it's just like one of those things where it's a good transition. I enjoy him there. I
And
enjoy him a lot.
they were trying to live up to the thing where Money in the Bank was like an instant title run at that point, so they didn't do it. But 100%, Wade Barrett should have gotten the Miz's WWE title run.
Yeah.
100%.
Was he?
Like
was
the
he
main
like
event
the
of that
Miz's
WrestleMania
stunt
should have been
double?
John Cena and Wade
No,
Barrett.
that was Damien Sandow.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I got that.
Aaron Stevens.
Okay. All right, let's run through NXT here.
So the match you and Andy were talking about earlier was the no holds barred match where a forklift did appear. I thought it was a fun match. Yeah, the logic of the forklift wasn't there, but it was fun. It was fun, if not the most logical thing in the world. Breezango and Swerve beat El Legado del Fantasma. They seem to be extending this feud with Swerve and Santos Escobar, where he beat him last week with the loaded mask, and now we have another win for the babyfaces here because they were losing everything until Breezango got the title.
Yeah.
And they're also building to a rematch because Imperium attacked Breezango after the match.
Yeah.
Does Imperium stick around, or they just once NXT UK starts up, they just go back there?
Well, no, I guess it depends if they live in the States or not.
Yeah.
I can see them going back because then you want the full Imperium with Walter and the other guy that was in Sanity.
Is he still champ there, Walter?
I believe
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, they haven't had any man. They haven't had
Yeah,
anything
so I
going
guess
on.
they just paused it. Like, the NXT UK is just paused.
Is the women's champ?
that girl? With the
Kaylee
long,
Ray.
Yeah, long hair.
Yuck.
Yeah, I didn't care for her.
Yeah, I was like, how do you take the title off Tony Storm?
in ring and looks wise, I don't care for her.
Yeah.
I don't know where Tony Storm. Remember, she came to
She was like
NXT proper.
She was
wasn't
there for like a few war games and
Yeah.
stuff. Like she was a team. Like she was part of like
Oh,
Survivor.
yeah,
like
she
a
was.
like a Survivor
I forgot
Series
about
thing.
that.
Yeah, she was there for a couple of major.
I would
pay-per-views
assume Tony Storm lives in Europe, and that's why she's not like the UK.
Who's she dating?
Juice
Juice.
Robinson?
Isn't he in Japan?
I don't know. He lives in the U.S., I think.
Oh.
I think, but I'm not 100% sure. But
Yeah.
Juice hasn't been on New Japan, but then he could do the U.S. New Japan, but I don't think he has so far.
Yeah. All right. Next match.
So then we had Candice LeRae beating Casey Catanzaro. And they're still setting up a feud with Candice and Tegan Knox.
Yeah, there's a video package before it. It's an all right match.
Yeah.
Candice wins.
Yep.
Casey,
And then the
a little too small.
big thing here, Casey's very small.
Yeah.
Very athletic though. She was a big star on Ninja Warrior before she was on she got in the wrestling. Which is funny because the other thing that Wade Barrett's doing, he's not doing is Stu Bennett. He's using his real name. But there's that show on Netflix, Ultimate Beastmaster, which is a lot like Ninja Warrior. And they have different commentary teams, like they have Brazil and Korea and the England or the UK and the United States. And he is one of the UK commentators, and CM Punk is one of the US commentators.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Here's a quick thing. It just came up because like with Ricochet, her dating Ricochet, and Ricochet being stuck to main event and not getting TV time.
Are they still together?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think they're keeping Ricochet off TV because they're probably trying to work a deal out with Tessa Blanchard? And
No.
the thing would be like,
No.
because didn't they have bad blood there?
Yeah,
The breakup did, but Tessa just got married.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's probably like
I
water
think
under
they're
the bridge at
keeping
this point.
Ricochet off TV because Vince doesn't like him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that.
I don't think Vince gets it.
I don't think Vince knew they were dating, or if he
Very
did, probably
true.
didn't even care. He probably might have forgot Ricochet was on the roster.
He probably did. Who's this guy?
Yeah.
Just put him back in NXT.
Yeah.
He was so good in NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Viking Raiders probably should go back to NXT
They
too.
should. Let's go back to New Japan.
Yeah.
So should Ricochet.
Yeah, yeah. Ricochet has to be thinking, man, I don't think I made the right choice here.
Yeah. He won the.
Like,
he
it was
won
great
the,
in
he won
NXT,
the,
and that
did he
was
win the North American title?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had it for very short. And then
Yeah, it was pretty sure because he beat Cole for it, then he lost it.
his
pretty
downfall
quickly to
was when they
Gargano.
tagged him with.
Aleister Black, yeah. I mean, it was like, okay, they can have good matches, but they don't look like a team. They don't look like they
then
hang out
Then
together.
they moved them up as a tag team. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is a recipe for
And
disaster.
then that was it. He was done after that. Oh,
Well, he had
remember-
that quick run with AJ, and he was U.S. champion for a second.
oh
but
I,
yeah,
for-
it
I
wasn't-
forgot about that. He lost to Brock in 20 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, in Saudi.
Yeah.
And then the next match on NXT was Timothy Thatcher beating Bronson Reed. They did a thing where Austin Theory, who's back, jumped Bronson Reed and then he rolled him in the ring.
Didn't Austin Theory have some speak out?
There were some
did, yeah.
allegations apparently, and that's why he got dropped from WWE TV like Raw.
Okay.
But I guess
He got
he's
cleared,
cleared like
yeah.
Velveteen is, so he's back.
He had allegations. Then they waited for everything to blow over
Mhm.
and then brought him back on. But then Jack Gallagher had one bad night at a party
And they fired his
and
ass.
apologized for it
Yeah.
and lost his job.
I guess there's some people that see as expendable. You
Yeah.
know?
Also, never apologize.
Yeah, don't apologize.
I actually respected him for it. He's like, if this truly happened and I was intoxicated
Mhm.
at a party and I was inappropriate, yes, I'm an asshole and I'm very sorry for
Yeah.
that. But like, it wasn't like fucking 5 or 6 years ago. Like it was like a long.
Yeah, it was. a
And he
couple
didn't.
years.
He didn't say like, well, this is 5 years ago. Get the fuck over it. He's
Yeah.
like, if I did that, I'm truly sorry. Like I'm not denying it. Like if I did that to you, I
Mhm.
apologize. Like you're fired. I was like,
Yeah.
well, come on, man.
He was probably in the pocket to be fired.
Yeah,
so.
I thought he
Yeah.
handled it the right way, and I thought he was entertaining to watch as a wrestler. I thought he was entertaining.
I liked him.
Yeah,
I would have loved to have seen him let it go a little bit because he's another guy that had a legit background. There was actually talk about him doing Bellator for a while, so I would have liked to see him do a little more of like what Thatcher's doing and guys like that.
absolutely.
And speaking of things that are going to be very good, next week on NXT, Mercedes Martinez, Rhea Ripley in a cage.
Yeah. Mercedes challenged Ripley to the cage match, and she accepted later in the show. So
I
it's
love
like,
it. Love
I'm for that. That should be pretty good.
It should
It
be.
sucks that Mercedes Martinez is losing that.
No,
but,
most likely. But hey,
Oh yeah,
you have a good match, people remember it.
yeah.
that's her brutality. That's all.
Yeah.
Heidi was
So
talking.
then
Heidi said she likes Rhea with the darker hair,
I think I do too.
and I was like, yeah, but that blonde with all the black makeup.
I
just
like that,
pops.
and with her eyes, or
Yeah.
the white contacts. But I like whoever's doing her makeup is much better now because her makeup before was.
Yeah,
But
I think she's sexy.
I don't mind the blonde hair, but I prefer the darker hair.
Yeah, I think she looks good.
But the match should be very good.
Yeah.
Despite how they look.
Yeah, I'm excited for the
So
match.
next week is a 2-match show.
Yes.
But this week
Yeah.
was a 1-match show. So let's get to the main event.
And a great match, but the ending maybe not so great.
Yeah, I felt a little ripped off.
It's
Yeah.
the old Ring of Honor 4-way Iron Man match. Most falls at the end wins, and for a lot of the way, we're tied at 1. Everybody has 1, and then really, really quick at the very, very end, Finn Balor gets a pin, and then with seconds remaining, he eats a knee to the back of the head, and Adam Cole gets the pin. So we're tied, and William Regal is not happy.
No, he's very upset. Even though a tie is a legit outcome that could happen, so why would you be that upset about it?
Yeah.
I
Just
I-
make it so whoever
And it
gets the
wasn't
last
like
10 wins
someone.
at
It
that
wasn't
point.
like the Undisputed Era came down and helped him
No,
so he
it
could get that
was-
last one. Like there
they,
was.
everyone got there fair and square, so why would you be that upset?
Yeah.
You're gonna wrestle next week on Super Tuesday.
He should have came out like
Dude.
like smiling, like this is gonna sell me more fucking tickets. 'cause
Yeah.
it's, like people are gonna tune in to watch this next week.
So I mean, the match was very good. Finn got the first fall, obviously, so it's a push for Finn with the coup de grace and the double stomp. And then he got the second fall. His second fall was also with that because Ciampa hits the air raid crash, and then he comes off and does the double stomp to
And then
Ciampa. So that was
Gargano
pretty cool.
steals it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
love it. I love the match.
I thought it was very good. I didn't feel it dragged at all or anything, but then when the ending happened, I was like,
Now going into next week, who wins it?
Finn.
Finn.
You both going Finn?
Yeah.
Too soon to put the belt back on Cole. You don't
Yeah.
need to.
Ah man, I think with what's his name's injury, I think
Killer Cross.
Killer Croc with his injury, I I think they go 3-time champ with Adam Cole. And I think once NXT UK starts back up,
Mhm.
I think Finn goes over and starts his rivalry back up with Walter.
Maybe depends on the travel restrictions and
Yep.
stuff.
I mean,
I'm-
Cole's only been champion once, hasn't he?
Yeah,
I thought he would be the
he was North American champion.
he would be the
because they
first,
said during this match, whoever wins will be the second.
the first 2
The
times.
third.
Yeah, the
third.
first 2-time. Oh no, wait, the third
two-time
champion.
champion.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Nakamura
third
and
2-time
Samoa
champ.
Joe.
That's
yeah.
what it was. Yeah, I had my numbers mixed up. Yeah, I think he's the 2-time champion after the match. I think they want to pull a trigger with Finn, but I think they have more like dream matches lineups, and I think putting the title on Finn, he doesn't like. I don't think either one of them need it. To
You can
be
do
honest.
a champion versus champion match.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true too. Man,
I say it's 90% chance that Finn's winning the title.
yeah,
I'm thinking Finn.
I think
especially if
I
they're
think I
gonna
just want
put-
Cole to win.
Especially if they're going to put Cross right back in the mix when he comes back, because I don't think he's going to be out too long with this injury. And him and Finn makes more sense as a program than him and Adam Cole.
Does
You could
the-
do the Demon.
Yeah, there's a
you
demon
could do
making
a
an
lot.
appearance for Cross.
Maybe
Well,
the Demon makes an
maybe, yeah,
appearance
down the road.
on Tuesday.
I'd say no.
Yeah,
for Tuesday.
I think that's
Tuesday.
gonna take
But
over.
down the road, maybe.
How it worked for me, I'd love Cole to win it, but it doesn't bother me either way.
No, I
I
don't
do
mind.
like that Cole is starting to show that he doesn't need the Undisputed Era to do matches. So I hope that's a continuing trend. Yeah. Either way, whoever wins, I'm cool with it. I think they're both super talented. All right.
Oh, they are. Finn, I think, is a little bit better, and I would make that move.
Yeah. I like the little Bullet Club tease.
Yeah, they did that, and they couldn't talk about it.
Yeah.
They could just be like, "Oh, well, I have a stable in Japan or something." You know, they could have said
Yeah.
something.
All right.
Moro, that's when Moro would have came in handy because signals to their former time when they were both in the same group in Japan. Like, but no.
All right.
They would have made like 15 rap references in 20 seconds, but I would have muted the TV.
W.
So AEW, opening match was Santana and Ortiz defeating Best Friends.
I like the match.
I liked it. And I wasn't real super into it.
Oh my God, what's his name? Had me dying when he set up all those chairs
Chuck
and they had the camera there. He's like, "I'm gonna kill him." he just points his chair, and goes, "I'm gonna kill him," or "I'm gonna murder him," or
Yeah.
something like that. I like Best Friends, man.
I like them, but like they're two guys that cannot be serious at all.
No,
And sometimes it distracts from the angle.
I think they would be a fun heel tag team.
Yeah,
Chuck Taylor is a good heel.
Yeah, he's a very good heel.
Chuck Taylor is a good
Pulling
heel.
up on
so,
kids.
yeah. He used to go and make him cry. Like
Yeah.
Chikara, yeah.
Yeah, he would act like he was going to punch him.
Yeah. They come to shake their hand, then he's gonna punch him.
I seen a video where he wouldn't even like punch him. He would be watching from the ring, and if a kid wasn't paying attention,
Yeah.
he was sitting front row. He would quick slide out and get right up next to the kid and go ah
Yeah.
and scream and make
Yeah.
the kid cry and get back.
And Chuck Taylor was a madman in Chikara.
Unbelievable. After Truth Behind Illusion, Tori, we were talking pro wrestling, and Tori's like, I really want to start like watching it because I want to I want to get into it for the theater aspect of it. So we showed her Andy Hedder's Rumble at PPW, and then we showed her Deshaun Pratt's The Most Illegal Move of All Time at Chikara.
No, that's CCW.
oh, CCW, yeah, sorry,
That was
CCW, yeah.
yeah.
And she loved it.
How could you not? I
Yeah.
mean, that's a great piece of business. The only person that did love was DJ Hyde because he's an asshole.
All right, next match.
Then they had that thing where they were setting up for later tonight that Mark Sterling, MJF's lawyer, has to wrestle Moxley in order for MJF to keep his title shot this weekend at All Out. Mark Sterling is friends with Matt Cardona.
Apparently, he's an independent ref. I was listening to one podcast. They said somebody refs for something.
Wait, Mark, is that Matt
Smart
Cardona?
Mark Sterling.
Never
What
mind,
are
I'm
you
thinking of somebody else.
Oh, okay.
I thought Matt Cardona was another wrestler somewhere
Zack
else.
Ryder.
Zack Ryder.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I thought. Never mind. I was way off. Go ahead.
And he's going to be on. He's going to be on the pay-per-view this weekend. It's going to be Dark Order against Matt Cardona, the Natural Nightmares,
Mhm.
and Scorpio.
Because AEW remembered that they signed him. Because they
Yeah.
forgot for a little bit there.
Yep.
Zack Ryder's a very forgettable man. He
So then
forgot
they had
about for a full year
They had a
almost.
match with a. They had a match with a little bit of a weird stip here. It was the Young Bucks and Jurassic Express against SCU and Private Party, and the winning team. Those two teams would wrestle each other at All Out, and the Bucks and Jurassic Express won, so they're going to get a match against each other at the pay-per-view. I guess the idea is like the winner of that match. It's a big title implication.
Mm-hmm. I like this match, and I think that match will be very good pay per view.
Yeah.
It should be very good. Yeah. And they're doing a thing where the Bucks are just like pissed.
Yeah,
Like they are not
They're not
having
being
fun right now.
goofballs,
They're
yeah.
just mad.
which they should be.
So
So,
are we're not going to get Bucks versus FTR until one of them win the title, right?
Probably. I would think FTR.
I would think
picks up
FTR wins the
belts.
title this weekend.
Yeah, but the Bucks probably almost get the title shot, and then they get screwed for some reason, and then they don't.
Do you think Cody comes out after his near-death experience, and they think he's coming out to help Kenny or help somebody?
No, because he's doing that show with what's his
Heels.
name?
Yeah, he's doing heels.
So I don't think we'll see Cody for a little bit.
Wow.
I mean, you always could say, "Hey, I'm gonna go do the pay per view real quick," but I'm gonna say
Yeah.
no.
Or
Cody.
like Hangman turns, he joins the FTR,
I can see something like that.
I think that's what's
and
gonna
then
happen,
and
yeah.
then they build that up for a while, and then one day like fucking FTR is kicking the shit out of the elite, and Cody comes down and look, he's
Like
gonna help his
Hogan.
boys, and
Like
he
NWO.
and he
Maybe.
leg drops. He
And
leg
JR
drops,
just goes, "Whose side is he on?"
Yeah. He says, "I'm on whose side is he on?" and ruins the gimmick right when he's coming to the ring.
yeah,
That's possible. I can see that happening.
yeah. That's what I think's happened, and then he joins and that's like their new
that's
four
the new
horsemen.
horsemen.
Yeah,
Because I think they could be the horsemen. This can't be four horsemen.
yeah.
See?
Mm.
Four
Very-
ponies. They should be
Yeah.
the four ponies.
The four.
They should be the horseman that
Yeah.
makes it different.
Yeah.
Like Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah. Remember this? Like
Dum, dum, dum,
the-
dum, dum.
Makes it different.
The four horses.
Yeah.
Men.
The four horses, man.
The four horseradishes.
That's like when they had Big Boss Man go to WCW. He was just the boss for a while.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
that?
And then eventually they were like, "You can't call him that." And he
That
became the
pay per
Guardian
view
Angel.
too. Ventura calls him the Big Boss Man several times.
Yeah.
It's like Boss Man, the Big Boss Man going to the corner now.
But they'd always in writing, like people who review shows later be like, "The boss."
Yeah.
Man, is he big?
Yeah, man. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Horseman. That's what they call him. The Horseman. Like, that's the Rose would say. Horseman, we're gonna get you.
All right, next match.
Very quick. Chris Jericho won a really quick one over Joey Janela. More to just set up
Yeah.
Jericho and Cassidy in the Mimosa Mayhem match.
The when Janela comes to run back in the ring and springboards into the Cobra, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool.
Janela, I like Janela.
He tries hard every time. He gives it his all every time he's in that ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This wasn't bad at all for a one-sided match. It wasn't bad at all. Then Jericho busts him open, gets the blood on the Orange Cassidy shirt, the white shirt he's wearing right on his face too. I was like, that's pretty good.
Mhm.
Throws it at Orange Cassidy. Sunny Kiss comes out, or is that
Yeah.
no? Yeah, Sunny Kiss comes out. Jake Hager gives him a big slam, and then Cassidy comes in. And he has the little bit of bubbly in the backpack,
Yeah.
and then he takes it out, and he goes like he's gonna drink it, and he dumps it on the ring. Oh, son of a bitch!
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the match. It's gonna be silly, but hey, that's all right.
Some people are asking if AEW needs a hardcore title.
No,
No,
You know,
they don't need any more titles.
no.
They
Yeah.
have the perfect
I
amount.
seen that, and then they even had like a graphic for him. Like, you got rid of what's his name, Jimmy Havoc, that's all he could really done anyway. And like for Darby, like have him win the TNT title
Yeah.
or tags with somebody.
Well, they have 4 titles, right?
They technically have FTW.
Women's tag, TNT, yeah.
Oh, I was saying.
Oh, yeah, FTW, yeah.
title.
I think that's like whoever beats Brian Cage and gets it, it's like, yeah, I got it, and then just gonna do away with it.
And then Taz just brings it back out. Next week.
Yeah.
It's like the $1 million title.
Yeah.
No one ever truly wins it. All right.
So they also were starting to tease the Broken Rules match, Matt Hardy against Sammy Guevara.
Which is then Matt said apparently he's going to retire now if he can't beat, or he's going to leave AEW if he can't beat Sammy Guevara at the pay per view.
Matt Hardy. will
Yeah,
leave.
yeah, that's not thinking Matt Hardy leaves, but
Yeah.
some new character comes. Who knows?
Well,
my visa has
yeah.
left, but I
High
am here.
Voltage is coming back.
Yeah, high voltage. Yeah, he comes back. He's like, "You have beaten Matthew Hardy, but you've not beaten Broken Matt." So who knows?
Damascus.
I want to be Broken Matt because I think there's more mileage. He has a gimmick where you don't have to do much wrestling, and at his age, that's sort of best.
Yeah, and I don't know why they're not going. Why they?
That's
I know
full on insanity.
Yeah.
Just let him do that.
it works
That's
best
what
at
everyone,
AEW.
Yeah, that's what everyone wants.
Yep.
Maybe this is we'll get him there.
Yeah. He gets Matt Hardy is officially now.
Yeah, broken. 'Cause this is
Broken
the
again.
Broken Rules match. So,
Yeah.
and then they have to. Maybe it leads up to a final deletion match type. Where Sammy goes to the compound. That could be pretty funny.
That'd be awesome. This is the
Because-
the best time to do it.
Mhm.
You'd have no crowd. You can take
They have
those.
a crowd now, just not a big one.
Yeah, you could take that stuff.
Yeah, there was fans at the show.
Yeah,
We're 10%, which was good to see some fans.
WWE will be not too far behind.
Yeah, I can't. It can't be long until they have some people, and they really
Yeah,
should.
especially with everything going on the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Then we had the whole big segment to set up the Casino Battle Royal with Lance Archer, Brian
Oh.
Cage, Eddie Kingston came out, Darby
Yeah.
Allin was out there.
What a mess this was.
Yeah.
This was just
I
felt.
thought
fell
Jake
apart.
might have been drinking again for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, because he was saying something, and I forget what he said. Something I was like, what?
I kind of like the battle royal though. The 20-minute.
Oh, I like the Battle Royal
Casino
idea,
Royale,
but
yeah.
this segment was awful. And
Yeah.
they're like, and then all the job guys in the crowd get in. Like, well, why would they get in the ring? There's what would be the reason to get in the ring right now? And they kept fighting. They go to commercial, come back, and they're still fighting. It's like,
Maybe they think that they'll be in the Battle Royal now because they were
Yeah.
outside.
if that's how you get in, then fuck, we should all go jumping in.
Do you think you get any? Do you think?
Yes, there's 4 surprises. So they announced 17 out of 21 names.
Do you think any of them will be big names?
Maybe Chris Hero.
Okay.
That could be, yeah.
A small percent Rusev. And then, is anyone
Team
hurt?
Blue and Gold.
Yeah, me.
Team Blue and Gold.
Um,
Yep.
Is anyone hurt right now in AEW that could possibly be coming back? I don't think
Cody, but I don't think it would be Cody.
I don't think it's going to
They're
be
doing
Cody.
so.
that,
No,
yeah.
Cody's it won't be Cody. I don't know. Other than guys that weren't signed, mostly all of them got signed.
What about what's his name? They brought him in for a little bit, and I was like,
Oh, Jeff Cobb. He's really
Yeah.
been
Jeff Cobb
doing,
could be, yeah.
maybe, but he's been doing a lot with the New Japan US. So I don't know if he's signed or not.
what if we get
Maybe Nick Aldis or
maybe Nick Aldis
question
shows up?
mark.
That'd be good.
Oh,
yeah.
my
He's
God!
going to bring the title to Monrovia.
If the question
Yeah.
mark shows
That'd be
up,
awesome. Maybe or Aaron Stevens, because you got them NWA guys, Cowboy James Storm,
yeah.
Eli Drake.
Did Bobby Roode get let go, or is he still?
I have no idea.
I know he got traded to Raw, but I think he was hurt.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
still
he's
alive.
still
Employed.
got a contract. But
Is
man,
there-
there's
is there
an
anyone else-
NWA guy.
Anyone else who was let
Our,
go?
our Bobby Roode goes with FTR and Hangman for Horseman.
Well, but I think
But, I
Bobby-
mean,
think Bobby
if he was
Roode's-
available.
Yeah, he's still. I think he's still employed.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. But I don't. Well, most of the other guys went to Impact, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
a lot of them did.
Unless they're like one legend, one like Sandman,
Yeah.
somebody that caliber. That's
Sandman.
you're not gonna win. They're just there to hey, look at something.
DDP, somebody like that.
Dreamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone like that.
It's like when they had the Andre Battle Royal that won WrestleMania. Just like, is that the Tonka?
Yeah,
That's
like-
the Tonka.
like what if they pulled Gangrel out of whatever?
That'd be awesome.
Like, what do
You
you
got a
pop for?
bloodbath.
Hey, it's Gangrel, you know. So anyway, but there's four open
What if
spots.
Tessa?
Maybe. And you never know. What if they do the coup and they sign Tessa?
Yeah.
They could use someone. They could really use Tessa.
I think Rusev is holding off till there's a big crowd.
Probably. Or a good payday.
Yeah.
Or New Japan.
Yeah.
And he's not saying anything because he wants to be surprised, but he already, he's like, okay, I'll sign one.
Yeah, we might have an opportunity to see some big here thing. If you're listening, comment. Let us know who you think the if you think AEW will have a big surprise.
Yeah,
a new
there's
signing.
four unannounced spots, so we at least getting 4 somebodies.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm just racking my brain here.
Yeah, like Chris Hero and Rusev, that's
Brock
it.
Lesnar.
Brock is free.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, you're going to pay him enough money that you're going to have him be a surprise in a
Yeah.
Battle Royal
Yeah.
for the hundreds of thousands of dollars
No,
are going
Brock-
to want to do
yeah.
that show.
I am almost certain Brock Lesnar's going to go back to UFC and fight John Jones.
Really?
Yeah.
I think no one will sign him until there's crowds so they can get their money's worth out.
Yeah.
How much
Exactly,
money
yep.
it's going to cost to get Brock.
He's going to go. He's going to get a big money fight out of John Jones, and that'll take up probably a year or 2 out of his life.
Yeah, and then that's the last
Yeah.
time he fights, you think? Or no?
Yeah.
Not if he wins, he'll probably do, but he's probably not
Oh,
going to
okay,
win.
if he wins, then they'll want him to go after the world
I think
title.
John Jones is going to fuck him up.
Yeah, I
think
can't
John
say. I
Jones-
don't know anything about John. Is he the guy that's getting busted for trouble?
He's always
Yes.
in trouble. He is like
Mm,
He's one of the guys, him and McGregor.
Yeah. John Jones is worse though. I think.
really?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
John Jones. It's crazy because like when he first started, there was a moment where a woman was getting mugged in
Mhm.
New York and like Boston or New York City, and John Jones,
Patterson, New Jersey.
New Jersey, and John Jones ran the dude down on foot,
Mhm.
tackled him. The night before, the day before his fight, so like tackled a guy in the concrete, could have cut himself up,
Yeah.
anything, and like subdued the dude, took the lady's purse back and gave it back. So everyone's like, "This guy is a fucking
Yeah.
superhero." And then a couple weeks later, he got in a car drunk and high and fucking crashed it.
Well,
And then
he
he
likes that balance.
then he failed steroid tests and drug tests, and then he wrecked his car into a pregnant woman.
Didn't he have something with a gun too?
That's the most recent one. He was shooting. He was supposedly a cop seen him shoot. He had reports of a car shooting out of its passenger window, and they pulled the car over and found the gun that matched the bullets under his seat.
Oh God.
Yeah, he just can't seem.
Were you
to...
shooting that gun? No.
No, it wasn't me. They're like, John, we arrest you every 3 days here. Like,
we sold you that gun. Like, can you imagine
well,
that?
he's always getting arrested in Albuquerque. Like, they
Oh,
know
my
him there.
God.
You know, like when the car was wrecked, they're like,
He's basically Heisenberg at this point.
yeah, when he wrecked his car and out, like they
They
found, like
knew-
the whole front seat was he wrecked and then fled the scene, and then ran back to the car and stuffed his pockets and ran away again. So the car was filled with money,
Yeah.
condoms, and they think he ran back because he left all of his money and he left all of the condoms. So he had no
Yeah, it was
shame.
Magic
right?
Johnson driving
Yeah,
that
so
car.
he had no shame of that. So people were thinking he came back to the car and took the drugs. If he had,
Well, yeah.
and then he ran away, and the cops are like, John, like, are you gonna turn yourself in? He goes, yeah, give me a couple of days, and they're like, okay, and then he came and turned himself in. So
Oh my
he
God.
passed the drug test.
What a guy.
Like unbelievable. But yeah, he's gonna be fighting Brock Lesnar next.
But he ain't coming out in the Casino Battle Royal.
Kane
Who,
Velasquez.
John Jones?
Okay, but oh God, that's a possibility. I hope not.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
They said that AEW was slightly interested in him, but I think like he had such a good match because he was so protected in Mexico. People were like, oh wow, he's something, and then they see no, he's not,
Yeah.
and then they're like,
The guy who's in TNA, the guy who's funny, that Zicky Dice.
Zicky Dice.
He just
Zicky
signed.
Dice.
He just gets signed to NXT.
I don't know.
There was a post I
Not that I
posted. And I
know
thought it was.
of.
I thought it was his photo they used.
Because remember he asked for a release for NWA, but then he didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And wasn't he the all TV champion at the time?
Yeah, he is. He was the TV champion when they
Yeah. So I don't
they
know.
shut it down.
I don't know. I heard he wanted a release. I never heard if he got it or if he went anywhere. What if Zicky Dice comes out at the Casino Battle Royal?
Yeah.
Could be.
Hold on, I'm trying to see real quick here.
So what we got left for AEW here? Just the main event, right?
Speaking of the NWA, you had Thunder Rosa beating Serena
Oh,
Deeb.
this is right. Yeah, I was a little let down in this match. I really like Thunder Rosa. Serena Deeb's good, but like I don't know. She had the '80s tan going on, very orange. This match I thought too long, and it just didn't grab me.
And
Yeah.
then we had a little bit of a angle to set up a match at the pay-per-view. I think it's actually it might be the buy-in match
Yes, it is.
where Britt Baker attacked Big Swole, threw pizza on her, rubbed
Yeah,
her
'cause
face in
the-
pizza. They're
someone-
now going to have a tooth and nail match,
whatever that
and
is.
nobody has said anything about what a tooth and nail match is.
Yeah, why not at least say this match is gonna be a tooth and nail match, and that means blah 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 blah. I don't know.
Maybe it's a thing where you win by ripping out a tooth or ripping off somebody's
Oh
nail,
my
and so
God.
it's going to be the
Ugh.
next progression in the eye for an eye match.
Yeah, who knows? You never know. But I don't know. I guess Britt's okay to wrestle then. I would
Yeah.
assume.
Or they're doing the cinematic thing. They kind of cover up that she might not be 100%.
Yeah, this is true. Maybe the tooth and nail is in her dentist office.
It could be, yeah.
That's something. I don't know. All I know is I would not want pizza pushed to my face because that's greasy and that would not feel good at all.
No, that would be bad.
But
And then our main event was, I thought it was straight out of Memphis, straight out of the USWA. John Moxley beat MJF's lawyer, Mark Sterling.
yeah,
Shocker.
I think this would have been much better if it was at the beginning of the show for the main event. This
Yeah.
sucked,
Mhm.
and I understand what
How-
they were going
how is
for,
it-
but
how's
this
it- how's it
was
the main event.
this was terrible. And then the aftermatch was great when MJF comes out and beats the hell out of him. But I mean, well,
Yeah.
for the main event, I even text my friend, go, "This is the main event? Fuck, what's on
Yeah.
NXT?"
Yeah.
So I get they're doing. I think they should have started the show with this, or maybe did the tag match and then this,
I agree.
and then have the main event be something else. I don't know. Oh, also Thunder Rosa came out to death metal, which I thought was pretty cool. It made no sense, but yeah, I think Moxley versus MJF should be a good match.
Yeah, MJF has gotten a lot better, I think, with...
Yeah.
Does MJF get the title?
I would say 25% chance.
yeah, I think there's a shot.
But I would think if I was a bet man, I'd go with Moxley. But maybe they're gonna give it to MJF. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it would be pretty good. Because especially with MJF busted him open, got the blood wiped on his face and stuff. So like MJF can beat Moxley at his own game.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right. That is our this week in wrestling. I'm pulling up some of the news here, just trying to find some. I know I shared a post about possible signings.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Renee said she has a no complete clause, at least with wrestling, not
Yeah.
with MMA. And it might be, someone said it was about a year, and she said, yeah, about that. So we don't really know. But I mean, I wouldn't, even if Renee could tomorrow go to AEW, I really don't, what would they do with her? They have so many
The
people.
last thing they need is more announcers.
Yeah,
They have enough announcers.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
even have Tony Schiavone's interview guy. So, and they have that girl too, Dasha. So, there's really no room for an AEW. So, I think Renee will probably show up on like ESPN or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is. PW Insider has confirmed the following former Evolve talents have signed by WWE to WWE Developmental NXT. Josh Briggs, Anthony Green,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Brandy Lauren, and Kurt Stallion.
What a name, Kurt Stallion.
Well, who's this dude right here?
That is Green.
That's not the guy who played Ziggy.
No, Ziggy Dice has blonde hair, and he's also a little bit fatter.
Okay. All right.
That's Anthony
That's
Green.
who's that? That's,
Yeah, and he was never with the
That's what's the name's girlfriend?
Yeah, Joey Janela. How about it?
Jesus.
He's a salesman.
Good
Yeah.
for you, Joey Janela.
And that
She was
and
in
Penalty 4.
Impact very briefly. She was Ava Story in Impact.
Oh, okay.
And the 4 talents would join Leon Ruff, who PW Insider had previously reported signing with the company. So that's the new.
Don't know who Leon Ruff is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know any
He
of them.
did some job matches in like when they were really just using a lot of Evolve guys and things like that on Raw.
Now-
He's done a few like enhancement matches.
okay, and Evolve is basically done now.
Yeah.
WWE just scooped it up.
Yeah, Gabe Sapolsky said he's retired from promoting independent wrestling.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
about that? Then he started in '93 with ECW, right? Newsletters.
Selling programs. Yep.
Yeah. And then starting the week of the 12th, there will ROH will be coming back to the Ring of Honor network,
Mhm.
and they announced all the contestants who are going to be.
I believe
in
it's
their,
called the Honor Club.
the Honor Club. Yep, and they announced the contestants who are going to be in the Pure tournament.
Yeah, so to bring back the Pure title, which had its own set of rules, it was very technical wrestling title. Like you couldn't cheat. There's rope breaks. You know, I have 3 rope breaks per match. So if you go to a submission, you use a rope break. Then like if you use all 3, you have the rope, but the guy wouldn't have to release the hold. So there
Yeah.
was other rules too. I forget there was like maybe 20 count on the outside, stuff like that. No weapons.
Yep. And one of the names announced to the tournament is going to be Tony Deppen.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, very good
I
for
believe
him, man.
Jonathan Gresham's in it.
Tracy Williams.
Yeah. I think just 16 people, if I could be wrong.
It's
That should
good.
be pretty cool. I'm glad to bring back the Pure title.
Yeah.
Another thing too, if you're looking to kind of learn more about Ring of Honor and get some of the history, Sinclair has a thing. Sinclair Broadcasting owns Ring of Honor. They have this new thing called STIRR, STIRR. And if you know what Pluto TV is, it's basically a free streaming service that has a bunch of channels. You can watch like old American Gladiators on it and stuff like that. But STIRR is a version of that. They have like different channels with movies and different channels with, I think they have one that's like old game shows and stuff like that. They have a few sports things. They have recently launched a all Ring of Honor channel. I think it's like Best on the Planet or something like that. Some kind of derivative of Best in the World.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's a 24-hour Ring of Honor channel. Now
Wow,
there
that's
are
cool.
ads because it's free. It's ad supported. But if you look up STIRR, one of the channels now is 24/7 Ring of Honor.
And then I have an article that you shared here with Casey Michael.
Yeah, it's a super sad story. There was a website, Squared Circle Sirens. And they did a ton to promote a lot of women in wrestling and indies especially, and even moving up to WWE. And Casey was really, really plugged in with a lot of women in wrestling, and just did whatever he could to promote them. And he had been in the hospital for a while, and it came out just yesterday that he passed away. I think he had some kind of intestinal issue. He was only 26 years old.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And it's horrible. And yeah, and then right on top of that, this older guy, but Jim Valley, who has been a co-host for a lot of Wrestling Observer shows. Wrestling Observer Live is like on Sports Byline Network. You can listen to it on Sirius. He's in ICU. Hopefully he'll pull through, but he's in ICU right now.
I think he did a lot of stuff with the wrestling cons in New Jersey,
Yeah.
New York. Too.
Yeah.
Like setting them up and getting them going.
That's a shame. That's really young, man. Really, really young.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the other news we kind of we'll put out in plugs here real quick is you can go to ppw.com or PPW Entertainment on Facebook, our YouTube, and watch the best of PPW. That's out right now. And you can also do the same for Outbreak Wrestling.
Yeah.
They just put on their new
Outbreak
matches.
Quarantine episode 9 was up last week. That was me versus Dina Steele. How about it?
How was the match?
Pretty good. I thought so. Anyway.
Yeah. You took a
I
little,
won,
took a
so
little
it's a little
slap there.
What? Oh, took a lot. I thought you were saying that I have a speak out moment.
No.
No. Yeah, I took a slap.
Took
Yeah.
a slap.
Yeah. You have to
Are
watch it when you get time.
Are they booking her as a heel there?
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
kinda-
Something different for her.
I like
you know?
it.
Yeah.
I
She
like-
got some
Is-
good
are
experience.
they going to be using her more there?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, good for her.
As an intergender?
Yes.
Good.
Because that's the whole point. So
Perfect.
Perfect. She wasn't coming in to wrestle chicks. I'm like, I told her like the best way to get experience is wrestling dudes.
I like it.
Yeah. So.
I'm a big fan of hers, man. I think she's working her ass off. She's killing it.
And if you're a fan of intergender wrestling, watch Outbreak episode 9, me versus Dina Steele.
I'm excited. I have not watched it yet. I have to watch it.
And episode 10 will be out tomorrow.
I
I
s-
don't know who's.
I
coming with
hold the match with her and Kit Rap very high, so
Okay.
I'm very excited to see how you guys tangle. And I know she kind of there was some heat, like not heat, but like little Facebook stuff. Like can't wait for part 3.
Yeah, part 2.
Or part 2. Yeah. She wants
Who knows?
to square
Yeah.
off. Do you think she could ever be the first Outbreak champion as a
know.
woman?
Maybe we'll go that way.
Be
I
the
mean,
Tessa.
yeah. Who knows?
I mean, she has to come after you. Whoever you're gonna wrestle, you have to.
But
beat
yeah,
them.
oh, never mind.
Oh, you can't say anything yet?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she has a lot of wins that she has to get past
Yeah.
before she can get title contention. But who knows? Maybe she'll get a title shot down the line
Well, which is great, man. I know she's a staple at
because there is no women's title in
No.
Outbreak.
So
Mhm.
it's one thing to if you see her at PPW a lot and you're a fan,
Mhm.
you're gonna see her showcased a lot at Outbreak as well, which is great for her. She's also she wrestles everywhere. She works like she's
Yeah,
in a
I
lot
forget that Goddess Rising.
Goddess
She has a
Rising,
title shot, I think, against
of
Christina.
backbreakers.
Yeah.
She's at. Christina Marie's a beast. Like
I believe it's. I could be wrong though. She
Yeah.
could be wrestling somebody. She has a title shot at the Goddess Wrestling.
yeah. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on. Go check
Yeah.
out those two promotions. And then what we're gonna do, we kind of told you at the top of the show, we're gonna be doing something new here at the network. Probably gonna be trying them on Saturdays. I'm not gonna say it's every Saturday. It may vary. Maybe once a month, maybe twice a month. It really depends. But me and Brian, because obviously we can't do car ride home episodes, we are gonna.
I'm never leaving the house again, so that's not going to happen.
Never at all.
Nah, I walk the dog.
He's
stuff like that.
he's working on gimmick here.
When no, he's really not.
Well, when he says never ever, I mean,
No, I don't think it's a gimmick. Brian isn't. If Brian says if he could live in constant fear, he would. At what point? Here's
Oh,
my.
I totally can. They say you can't live your life in fear. You absolutely can.
At what point?
And I recommend it.
At what point do you are you comfortable to go and interact and go outside?
I mean, when am I completely 100% comfortable? When there's a vaccine, hopefully soon. But who knows? We'll like. It's kind of like I watch those case counts religiously, and then you see the stories of like all these college campuses where like half the place has COVID.
Yeah. They just delayed Batman.
yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Batman has COVID.
has COVID. So does The Rock.
The Rock. He announced it was his whole family, but they're almost done. They don't have symptoms
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
So they got through
I
it.
saw a great joke, and I don't know who said it. He figured out he had it when he couldn't smell what he was cooking.
Oh, awesome. But yeah, so because car ride home episodes are not a thing because we can't really go to shows.
There's not really many shows to
Yeah,
go to.
Yeah, there's
right
not really
now.
many shows to go to. Me and Brian are going to do a thing where we're going to subscribe to independent wrestling TV. It's
IWTV.com.
IWTV.com.
Mhm.
And what we're going to do is we're going
The
to pick.
former PowerbombTV.com.
Yes, we're going to pick some matches. If they're new, they're old. We're not 100% sure exactly how we're going to do it. So if there's any wrestling promotions you want us to check out, we will try to find local ones first. But we're going to go, and they may be older shows. Maybe we'll even go and do maybe we'll go watch the Outbreak video, or we'll go watch the best of PPW. Like maybe we'll
I
incorporate
don't know
a
if
couple.
they're on there now.
Yeah,
but
PW's
if they
not
are.
I'm just saying in general, like everything won't just be that app. Maybe we'll go on YouTube and find.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There is a lot on independentwrestlingtv.com.
Yeah.
So there's tons of stuff from Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, no,
even
one of the big
California.
things on there is Game Changer Wrestling.
Yeah.
They've been doing a lot of stuff. They've been probably the most prolific indie right now, and they've been
Mm-hmm.
doing well. They've been doing outdoor shows, mainly in Atlantic City. social distancing in the crowds. Everything seems to be going well.
Yeah.
So they have a show coming up this weekend, as a matter of fact.
So what we might do is we may incorporate the app. We may incorporate old stuff. We may incorporate old PPW, old Outbreak. Maybe watch some of their stuff and incorporate that all in there, and then do like car ride home shows again. We're gonna watch it.
Yeah, a review.
And then do a review. Maybe we'll watch it as we're going. I'm not sure exactly how we'll do that. I think probably watch it, then do it would work best. But we'll watch it and then we'll do a full review of it and air it like it's our car ride home episode. I know a lot of people like that and they liked our take on it and putting over promotions. So and the guy who runs that app is local, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well, from the
Scranton area. Right?
Yeah, yeah. So what do they call that valley up there?
I'm not sure.
Napa Valley,
the Wyoming Valley.
Yeah, Wyoming Valley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Dunder Mifflin.
Yeah, Dunder Mifflin. So he's from with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton area.
Cool. So I mean, and that's I feel better that my subscription's going there now.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's like $10 a month.
Yeah, it's cheap.
And
Yeah.
you
Might
get
be less.
tons of wrestling promotions
It's
on
10.
there. Yeah. But the first one we're going to do is this Saturday. We're going to record one this Saturday. We may go just do a live like we're here right now. Like I'll be my side of the screen will be me and the other side will be Brian, and we're going to review High Tension Wrestling's show. It's a High Tension Wrestling.
Camp Leapfrog.
Yeah, but it's called Camp Leapfrog, but it's done by the High Tension Wrestling team.
Mm-hmm.
And you watched a little bit of it so far, right?
Yeah, I watched quite a bit. It's they're set up like a movie, but there's a lot of matches, but there's like an interstitial plot about this camp, this like misfit camp for wrestlers,
Yeah.
and this
It's
corporate
very
entity is
cinematic
coming
and,
in to try to take it over. And High Tension was kind of like the presenting there. You can see Alex in the crowd. You can see like High Tension's rings there. And if you're a fan of the promotions we cover locally, you're going to see a lot of familiar faces. Deshaun Pratt's in here. Johnny Moran has a big role. I don't know if he wrestles or not. I didn't get that far into it, but
Killian
Johnny Moran's heavily involved.
Killian McMurphy.
Killian's in there. Yeah, Trajan's in there.
Yeah.
Almost didn't recognize Trajan. I didn't know he cut his hair.
Yeah, he
but-
cut his hair off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna do our full review of Camp Leapfrog on IWTV this Saturday. Me and Brian are gonna do a full recap review of it. I'm really excited. I'll probably watch it like the night before, so I can really be. If I watch it tonight, nothing will stick, especially after tomorrow's banging beers. But yeah, so we're really excited.
Well, the night before would be tomorrow.
Yeah, you're true. That's a good call. My days blend together. But yeah, so that's a new thing to look forward to on the network. It'll be some me and Brian doing some reviews, and maybe we'll have some special guests join us. Maybe we'll have some people who are on the show. We'll open the doors up. We'll figure some fun stuff out. But that's going to be our thing. We're going to try to find some shows and review them.
And it was the brainchild of Kid Ref. Kid Ref was the guy who kind of put this all together.
Nice, perfect, man. I'm excited. So
by the way, speaking of people who don't look like kids, another COVID diagnosis apparently. Kevin Nash.
Oh, wow.
Has COVID-19.
Big sexy. All right, let's get into this week in wrestling, and then
yes.
And then we'll end this. We're at the hour 30-minute mark or 35-minute mark, and then what we'll do is we'll do the This Week in Wrestling, and then we'll do our all-out pro wrestling scorecards. All right.
All right.
Let's get through it.
With speaking of all out, great segue, because This Week in Wrestling history, 2 years ago, this past Tuesday, September 1st, 2018, was All In.
Yeah.
The thing that kind of was the launching point of sorts for AEW. And it all started with a Twitter interaction that Dave Meltzer had, where somebody asked him, because this is when the Young Bucks and Cody and Kenny are all in Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is doing monster houses, like the biggest houses they've ever done. And somebody asks Meltzer if he thinks they can draw 10,000. He's like, not likely, or something like that. And Cody Rhodes, who I think was the ROH champion at the time, or just very heavily involved in ROH, is like, care to make a wager on that or something like that. And so they did. They bet $1. They bet $1 that Cody could not pack a 10,000 person house. And it evolved from an ROH show on the All In, but ROH produced it. I think ROH actually owns the show. I think it's on Honor Club.
Yeah.
And I know it was on New Japan World. That's how I watched it. It was only on. It was on there like a few days later.
Yeah, because Okada was there.
Yep.
And the event sold out almost instantly. Well over 10,000. Well over 10,000 people at Hoffman Estates, Illinois, and which is where All Out was supposed to be this weekend before everything happened.
Yeah.
That's like their big thing. Labor Day, they want to be there in that arena, and so this sells out almost instantly. It's a huge success. and then not 3-4 months later, you hear about All Elite Wrestling. So
Yeah.
not a coincidence. Even though Tony Khan was already looking, like people think this was like All In was what gave him the idea. He was already looking at this point. It was the New Japan shows in California that did really well. He was talking with a guy who is now one of the big executives in AEW, Chris Harrington, who is like the most brilliant guy when it comes to he's like freakonomics for wrestling. In fact, he was going to do a book called WrestleNomics, and he was already talking with Tony Khan before this, but this was just like the success of All In was like, we can do this.
Yeah.
And to kind of refresh everybody, because I do like to run through the cards here, on your pre-show, SCU beat the Briscoes. They had the over-budget Battle Royal. Winner gets an ROH title shot later. Chico El Luchador won, and then unmasked as Flip Gordon. And then on the main show, Matt Cross beat MJF. Christopher Daniels beat Stephen Amell. Tessa Blanchard won a four-way over Britt Baker, Chelsea Green, and Madison Rayne. And it's weird to see how where all these people are now. Chelsea Green's in NXT. Tessa Blanchard is a free agent. Madison Rayne is back at Impact as a regular. Next was Cody beating Nick Aldis to win the NWA World title. And now NWA and AEW are kind of working a little bit tighter together. Hangman beat Joey Janela in a Chicago street fight. And that's when you had Joey Ryan came out later in that too. Jay Lethal beat Flip Gordon to retain the ROH title. Kenny Omega beat Penta El Zero, or Penta, depending on whatever we're calling him now.
Junior.
Pentagon Jr. And then they had the Chris Jericho run in afterward. Okada beat Marty Scurll, and the Golden Elite, Kota Ibushi and the Young Bucks beat Bandito, Phoenix, and Rey Mysterio. And then shortly after that, Rey gets the call from Vince.
Yeah. And Bandito signs with ROH.
Yep.
Yeah.
And wins the belt, right?
No, that was
Roosh.
Roosh's cousin.
Okay.
There was a relation. I forget what they're. Maybe brother. I forget.
I think they're brothers.
Yeah, I think they're brothers.
They're the other Lucha brothers.
Yeah. So yeah, All In. It was great. And there's actually a plaque on the building, the Sears Center, for an All In.
Oh, wow.
It has, I believe it's the Young Bucks and Kenny or Cody, I mean, on the plaque. I forget, but it's there on the side of the building. And it says the date and how many people the tickets were sold.
Yeah, it sold out so fast.
Thank God, everyone just wanted something different.
Yeah.
That's all we wanted, and now we got it. So.
And here's something different, and we're going way back here. We're going way back to same date, September 1st, 1979.
Ooh.
So 41 years ago, this past Tuesday, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This didn't actually happen.
Yes.
But as the story goes, Pat Patterson and his manager, the Grand Wizard of Wrestling, went down to Rio de Janeiro, and there were champions from all over the world, because Pat Patterson at this point was the WWF Intercontinental, or the North American champion, and he won a tournament with 15 other champions, who we don't know who they are because it's not real, to win the first Intercontinental title. And as we kind of been saying, it was a phantom thing where the tournament never happened. They just said it did. He showed up on TV. He was like, I won a tournament.
Yeah, there was no internet, so no one could fact check. So I
Yeah.
guess there was a tournament.
And they did the same thing when they first started the WWF, where they said Buddy Rogers beat Antonino Rocca in a tournament in Rio de Janeiro to win the title. They didn't.
Vince must like the sound of that town.
But yeah, so Patterson, he had been the North American champion since that June. He beat Ted DiBiase for the title, but this was just them phasing out the North American title and bringing in the Intercontinental title. And he would hold it until the next April, I believe. He lost it to Ken Patera, who was the second Intercontinental champion. And they lost it in a real match in Madison Square Garden. That one actually happened. And then that, for a while, was like the worker title. I mean, for a while, it was like back and forth between Morocco, Pedro Morales. But around the time, like Tito Santana and Macho Man had it, Mr. Perfect later on, not so much the Warrior, but or Honky Tonk Man.
No.
But it was the work rate title for a long time, or the stepping stone title.
Yeah. Now it's nothing.
Yeah, I think AJ did a good job with it, and
Yeah.
it's been worse off. It's been worse off.
Yeah.
So another historical one on August 29th, 1988. So we're like the end of last week. SummerSlam. The very first SummerSlam was August 29th, 1988. So that would have been 32 years ago. Wow.
Wow.
Jeez.
Holy shit.
Back in the end of last week. Madison Square Garden again. And this was the third regular yearly pay-per-view. Survivor Series came the year before SummerSlam. And back then, it was traditionally, SummerSlam was the last Monday night in August. It was actually on a Monday.
Yeah, how about that?
What is your favorite of the big the big four?
Well, you probably have to say WrestleMania, but I
Yeah.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
You know,
I
love the Rumble, yeah.
Rumble's my
Can you
favorite.
imagine back then you had to wait for pay-per-views? You only got 4 a year.
Yeah,
Now you're getting 2 every 2 weeks.
I loved Rumble. I love Rumble, but I always liked King of the Ring.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that was added later.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved King of the Ring.
They never really put as much.
You didn't go to the one I went to.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
you
that-
wouldn't love it.
That was probably one of the last ones that were like, we should probably just get rid of this.
That was only the third one.
Oh, yeah, it was probably the start of it though.
It was bad. Well, that was the last time they did a 3-round tournament on the same show.
Yeah,
But after that, it was always like they just did the semifinals and the finals. So it was only 3 matches.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I had to watch Savio Vega wrestle 4 times
Oh.
one night.
Vince apparently doesn't like tournaments. That's why. But I
Yeah.
always liked the King of the Ring. It wasn't
Yeah,
my
it was
favorite,
fun.
but yeah, something different.
That one was just so bummed because you're like, okay, so you have Undertaker against Mabel, and then right below that is Shawn Michaels against Kama. We're getting Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. All right, let's go. Oh,
Yeah.
Mabel got a bye.
Mabel and the King of the Ring.
The thing with that, I don't know if they edited it out of the network because I don't have any real urge to watch that show ever again in my life. But as Mabel's wrestling Savio Vega in the finals of the King of the Ring, the loudest ECW chant ever was it was so loud.
Well, our next episode after Camp Leapfrog will be King of the Ring.
Oh.
I'll just go from memory.
All right, what's our next segment here?
So just real quick to go over the first SummerSlam here. The main event there was the Mega Powers, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage, who was a champion at the time, against the Mega Bucks, Ted DiBiase and Andre the Giant, with Jesse Ventura as the special referee. There were always rumors that wasn't supposed to be the main event when they first put SummerSlam together. The big rumor was always, because they had 2 different brackets for the WrestleMania tournament, the big rumor was always that WrestleMania 4 tournament where Savage won the title, that Ted DiBiase was supposed to win, and then he was going to lose to Savage at SummerSlam. And then the other rumor that you would hear later was that the main event was supposed to be Randy Savage against the debuting Ric Flair. That Ric Flair was going to be coming over in '88 because he was in a power struggle with Dusty, and it looked like Dusty was winning. But that obviously didn't happen. Flair didn't come over for another 3 years.
It's a
So it
shame
winds
that
up being-
DiBiase never won a world
I
title.
know. I think they should have put it on back then. Same Mr. Perfect. They should have kind of put it on him
And
too.
Piper.
Yeah, Piper at some point at least. So
The thing about putting it on Piper is he would have never wanted to lose it.
Yeah, 'cause he never wanted to lose.
Yeah. I'll fight
So
you
the,
for real.
Yeah.
The Mega Powers win this thing after Elizabeth distracts the heels by taking off her skirt and throwing it at
Yeah,
them.
that was a
Whoa.
big deal back then.
That is a real big deal.
Yeah, and she was wearing
Like
what
a
I guess we call
swimsuit.
now granny panties,
Yeah.
like swimsuit bottoms, not even like very skimpy ones.
Yeah, and here,
Apparently there was
I was gonna say the elite figure of that outfit just came out. So if you want to buy that,
Oh, wow.
in that yellow and red dress.
Yeah, you could buy her in her panties.
But I don't know if the dress comes off. I assume probably does because that was the spot. So
apparently it was supposed to be something a little skimpier, but Savage was like, nah.
you know,
No, it's-
Not a chance in hell is my wife going out there and taking off her panties.
I don't think they were gonna
yeah, I
have
don't
to
think
do
they
that.
want that.
Cyrus, we didn't mean that. I don't care. She's not wearing a thong bikini.
And then there was a thing later when they did Savage and Flair at WrestleMania 8, like years after this, where all up leading up to the show, they were saying, like, we have pictures of Elizabeth. We're going to put them up on the Jumbotron. She's wearing nothing but a staple. Like, they're basically threatening to do, like, Elizabeth revenge porn during
That's
the match.
funny.
And I guess Savage vetoed. I guess it's supposed to be like some bikini shot, and like Savage vetoed it at the very last second.
Yeah.
Elsewhere on this show, just kind of run through the card here because it's an interesting card with a lot of filler. The opener was the British Bulldogs and the Fabulous Rougeau brothers, who had just turned heel in a 20-minute draw.
Ooh.
Bad News Brown beat former Intercontinental Champion Ken Patera. Rick Rude, a future Intercontinental Champion, beat the Junkyard Dog. And that was the one where he pulls down his tights. He has tights under them with Jake Roberts' wife's face
Yeah.
on them. And then Jake comes in and beats him up. The Powers of Pain with the Baron. Very, very limited run with Baron Von Raschke
Yeah.
as their manager. They beat the Bolsheviks. Ultimate Warrior beat Honky Tonk Man in 31 seconds to win the Intercontinental title. And then we had Dino Bravo beating Don Morocco, Demolition beating the Hart Foundation, the Big Boss Man beating Coco Beware, and Jake the Snake beating Hercules.
Yeah, there's so many matches back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would do like 13 matches
But it
in the
didn't
show.
feel like it was as
No.
long as some of the pay-per-views nowadays. Well, not nowadays, but when they were doing the 5-hour WrestleManias and stuff.
Go in, tell a story, get out.
Yep.
So birthdays. We have some birthdays too. First one is kind of local. Somebody Andy knows well. Andy's wrestled him. And Outbreak champion. Ricky Reyes / Cortez Castro, whatever we're going to call him. His birthday was this past Friday, the 28th.
Wow.
And then the 29th was the 47th birthday of, you can either call him Sin Bodhi, or if you remember the 2 weeks he was in WWE, he
Kazarni.
was Kazarni.
Yeah. Never cared for him too much. I thought too much.
And then the 29th, kind of the exact opposite of Kazarni, it was the 71st birthday of one of the craziest, wildest, honoriest Texans to ever wrestle and to ever step in the ring, Stan the Lariat Hansen.
Oh, there you go. Wow. Yeah, that's the exact opposite. Stan Hansen.
And then the 30th was the 37th birthday of Caleb Conley, NWA guy.
Yeah, pretty good too.
Mm-hmm. This past Monday, the 31st, was the 43rd birthday of Jeff Hardy.
Oh.
And we talked about her a little bit earlier, the 41st birthday of Mickey James.
41,
Aging very gracefully, Mickey James.
Oh, my goodness. Like wine.
And then the 32nd birthday of Ember Moon.
yeah. Oh, wow.
Man, I miss her.
I thought she was
I
a
miss
little
him.
younger. I didn't know that.
She's one of my favorites. I have a birthday, but it's not till tomorrow. Should I say it, or should we wait for next week?
Yeah, well, we'll probably forget to look that far
It's
back.
spoiler, but the person probably knows it's the birthday.
All right, so don't
Yeah.
tell him. Don't listen, guys. Don't tell him. But PW top 500 here. Bro Keller tomorrow.
In the PWI 500.
In the PWI 500, he was in the top 500. But Bro Keller tomorrow's
Oh, wow,
his
how about
birthday. Yeah, so go wish Bro Keller a happy birthday. That's all I got. I couldn't find anybody else.
I don't know of any Lahore guys at all.
All right.
Just a few more. So the first, Tuesday, Sammy Callahan, 33. This one is older than I thought. Doug Williams, 48. He was in that Ring of Honor four-way title match.
won the championship.
Not that Doug Williams.
Won the Super Bowl for the
The
Redskins.
anarchist Doug Williams.
That's okay. That's
Jimmy-
okay to say if I say he won for the Redskins, 'cause at that time they technically were.
He won for the football team.
Well, he didn't win. At that time, they were the Washington Redskins.
Did they put out merch that say football team yet?
Yeah.
Is it?
It just
lame?
says Washington.
Oh.
Or it says Washington Football Team 1932.
Oh, jeez. They should make it look lame on purpose. Like
I actually-
plain gray shirt with just like black letters on
Like
it.
Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm actually, the name's grown on me. I'm not gonna lie. But I did watch a video.
The
that-
name is awful.
What, the Washington
It's not
Football
good.
Team?
Yes.
I don't mind it.
It's what people used to call them as a joke because they didn't want to say the other name.
Yeah. But I actually watched a video they were talking about training camp, and they were talking about Chase Young and their pass rush, and the guy on the thing said like Redskins like 8 times.
Well, if you're so used to saying
Mm-hmm.
something, I mean.
But usually, like, they make it a point, like the Washington football team, like they're like, so yeah.
It's getting close to fighting time.
Yep.
TikTok as the
10 more days,
the former-
and me and Brian won't be friends for a couple hours.
that second episode of this Saturday show is going to be an argument because it's going to be the day before.
We might as
It's
well just
gonna be-
record Bros in the Warpath and not even. That's a very possible thing we could do too. Whatever happens, we can talk about it. We could do a load up and then a post show. All right. What are the birthdays we got?
So then Jimmy Snuka Jr. also August 1st. He was 49. He
Sim
was
Snuka.
Deuce from Deuce and Domino.
Yeah.
Sim Snuka almost killed The Undertaker by not catching him at WrestleMania when he was
With his
dressed like a
fame.
cameraman. Yesterday, the second, was the 68th birthday of Tracy Smothers.
Wow.
Tough old bastard fighting cancer. Hopefully he wins.
Mm-hmm.
And Joey Legend, just Joe. The boys in the back told me he was 51 yesterday.
Just Joe.
That's a very obscure one.
Yeah.
He was just barely in WWE. He I don't even know
You
if he
remember that?
wrestled.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
See,
geez.
like the boys in the back
What-
are saying
Was he in ECW?
he was in TNA early on. I think they just called him Legend. He might
Yeah.
have done a little bit of stuff in ECW. I think he was in that Border City group, like the Canada group, like
Oh,
the Moore and
yeah.
Edge and Christian Rhino, those guys. I think he was like that area. And then today, the third, 36th birthday of TJP,
Okay.
and the 33rd birthday of Allie, the bunny, cherry bomb, whatever you want to call her, Brandy's tag partner.
Mm.
Yeah, she's changed 14 times.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she has more. She has
Say
more.
that.
She has more characters than Bray Wyatt, and she's only
Yeah.
been in the company not even 2 years. All
The-
right,
The bunny.
is that it then?
Yep, that's it.
All right, well, let's jump right into this so we can fly through. We are getting a little long here. So PPW, digital.prowrestlingscorecards.com. I don't know why I said PPW. PWI. So if you want to play along, hang out with us and play your cards, let me know. We do have in our links below, you can join our stable where you can play along with us. So the first match is going to be Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks. Winner, fall type, who makes the fall, who takes the fall, how many super kicks, aerial
Oh,
moves.
jeez. I said Young Bucks win that one.
Yeah, I would say Young Bucks as well. I'll just fill it out while
I
we're doing it.
have the Bucks winning by pin. Matt pins Jungle Boy. 16 super kicks because you can never have enough. And we'll say 8 aerial moves.
Everyone in that match does the super kick. So
Yeah.
I might be low with 16.
yeah.
I'm gonna be reserved and say 8, and then super aerial moves I'm gonna say 6. So you want to do the rest or just do the winners?
That was the win.
Okay. Next one is gonna be the Natural Nightmare and Friends versus the Dark Order.
Dark Order, they're hot right now.
I agree.
Gotta push
Yeah.
John Silver too. That guy got himself over on BT. Now he's getting himself over on TV.
Who makes the fall? Brody Lee, Colt Cabana, Dustin Rhodes, Evil Uno, Matt Cordona, No One, QT Marshall, Scorpion Sky, or Stu Grayson.
Scorpio Sky.
QT Marshall will get the pin. No.
Oh God, Brody.
Brody?
I'm going to say Colt Cabana. I think they're going to do
Yeah.
a thing again where
Okay,
they
yeah.
let Colt Cabana get the win.
I think so too, and I think he pins QT.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah. Fight before, after match.
Nah.
I say no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. The Casino Battle Royal. So here's what they have announced: Eddie Kingston versus Brian Cage versus Phoenix versus Trent versus Austin Gunn versus Ricky Starks.
Do they really have verses on all of them?
Yeah. Darby Allin, Chuck Taylor, The Blade, Santana, Sean Spears, Lance Archer, Pentagon, Billy Gunn, Ortiz, The Butcher, Jake Hager.
I like that if you go to pick your winner, because there's mystery people that has literally anybody, so the first person you can pick is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It's a Stone Cold
Steve Austin's winning the
I
battle.
don't think Steve Austin's gonna win. I don't know. I'm gonna say Lance Archer. And then
Adam Bomb.
my second-
Lance Archer was a name that stuck out to me too.
Yeah, my second pick would be Mystery Guy. But
Oh
then-
wait, here we go. Antonino Rocca. You could pick Antonino
I
Rocca.
don't think he's gonna win.
Inoki. I think Inoki's gonna win it.
Yeah, I don't think Nogi showed up either.
Yeah.
Beer City Bruiser. I'm picking.
Maybe
First
he's
eliminated.
NBA.
Okay, here's one that's definitely not gonna be Bob Armstrong.
No, you'd probably delete that.
Bob Euchre. Bob Euchre is
Why
on
is
here.
Bob Euchre in their database?
Why not?
I mean, he did
Yeah, Brock
backstage
Lesnar's
interviews.
in there. Bull Nakano.
I say first eliminated is Santana.
I would think it's lesser guy.
He's funny. I think he'll do like a funny thing. Time of elimination.
I'm gonna say the Blade is gonna be the first eliminated.
Austin Gunn. He's not in it.
Last eliminated.
Mystery guy. Can you pick mystery opponent? I guess
No,
you have to say their
actually-
name.
you have
No,
to-
you have to like actually name a person.
I'm gonna say. Do you think Brian? Cage?
Brian Cage.
I think
Yeah,
Brian
that's
Cage
Brian's a
wins
good
it.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think he wins the title shot match 2 pay-per-views in a row.
No. Yeah, that's true.
Ricky Starks might be down in one of the final ones in there. I don't know if he's in it.
I'm gonna say Darby wins
Okay,
over
yeah.
Brian Cage.
Wow, there you go. That's a good pick, Darby.
You think Darby wins it all?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can see that. Wouldn't be surprised.
Well, what is Rusev's name now? Mirko.
Miro.
Miro.
Miro. He still might be under as Rusev.
I'm gonna check.
We have dead air. So
Yeah, it's
I'll
alright.
just- I'll just keep
I'm
talking.
trying
as
to
you
see if I
search
see it
for
on here.
Rusev. I mean,
Miro.
out of the possible names, Miro.
I might have to do this one on the thing because it's easier to type the names
Yeah,
in.
just put the
Yeah.
winners in for
Um,
now.
And then we have the tooth and nail match: Big Swole versus Britt Baker. I think Britt Baker wins.
It's got to be Britt,
I
right?
would think Britt, but you never know.
Is a dental drill used in any way? Is a tooth removed?
If it's a cinematic match, yes to both.
Okay.
Why did they make this a
does-
tooth for a tooth match? That
Yeah,
would've
a
been
tooth
great.
for a
It doesn't
tooth.
even
A
have to
tooth
be.
for
Fun of,
braid.
WWE.
It doesn't even have to be CGI because they did the whole thing where when she stomped on the
Yeah, remember that?
and she
yeah.
spit teeth
Yuka
out.
Sakazaki.
Yeah. The Broken Rules match, Matt versus Sammy Guevara.
I don't know. It could go either way because I know Matt said he'll leave AEW, but it might just be a
The two
ploy for
stipulations to this was: does a wrestler bleed? I say yes.
Yes.
I think because the
Oh,
buildup
yeah.
had blood. And does anyone jump from an object over 15 feet? I say no.
Yes.
You say yes?
Yeah.
Wow. And then Mimosa Mayhem, Orange Cassidy versus Jericho. Those two stipulations are the ref falls in Mimosa at any time,
No.
or a bottle used as a weapon anytime.
Yes. Bottle use, yes. Ref, no. Santana Ortiz in the Mimosa, yes.
Okay. World Tag Team Champions.
Oh, and also the winner, Orange Cassidy.
I say Cassidy too.
I say Jericho.
Really? Do you think Jericho
I
gets
see,
the
yeah.
final? Yeah, that would make sense. Omega and Page versus FTR. The only stipulations are the Young Bucks interfere. I say no.
I'm going to say no to that as well. I think FTR wins it clean.
Yeah. Women's Championship match. Thunder Rosa versus Shida.
Shida.
You would think Shida has to win.
Yeah, it would be interesting for Thunder.
I would like the Thunder Rosa to win, but this is only for the AEW title, right?
Yeah.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Moxley versus MJF.
I'm going to go with Moxley.
I'm going to go Moxley, but it wouldn't shock me to see MJF win.
Yeah, like I said, that 25% chance he
Is
could win.
the
MJF.
I think it's
paradigm shift used?
like 40%.
Is the paradigm shift used at any time?
Yes, then the ref gets knocked out. And then he goes to pin him, but the ref's still out. And then
Yeah.
Wardlow comes in.
Yeah. All right. That'll do it. If you guys want to play along, head over to Pro Wrestling Scorecards. You can print yours out, or you can go to digital.prowrestlingscorecards.com, play along, and follow along this Saturday night when you're watching All Out. Brian, what do you got to plug, brother?
Yes. Murder My Dude.
There you go.
We're playing the greatest hits this week. We're doing the Golden State Killer. It's been all over things. There's an HBO special about it. They finally caught him a few years ago. Really cool way they caught him. We cover that here. And yeah, so
Is
it's
he?
the same thing. True crime.
I don't want to
comedy.
spoil it, but
Mousetrap.
I'm just asking. Is he the one they caught with the DNA test?
Yes.
Like the 21. That 21. The
23andMe.
23andMe kind of thing.
Not exactly that service, but yeah, they had DNA evidence. Spoiler. I mean, most people that are in the true crime already know the story.
Yeah.
They had DNA evidence from a crime scene. They basically sent it in like they were sending in a DNA sample to get a test, and they found all these people that had the same like great grandmother. So they narrowed it down, and they said, "Hey, this guy's like a suspect." They got his DNA, and they're like, "Yep, it's a match."
Wow.
And they've used that to catch a lot of different people now.
That's insane. Insane. Yeah, so go check out Murder My Dude, projecthumanoid.com, or you can check the links out below. We have it all linked there.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis said, "I'll win our group. Don't even fill your thing out. You'll probably wait. Don't even fill your thing out. LOL, JK. I'll probably just finish last. Well, you don't know if you don't try, Curtis. You definitely should play along, hang out with us. Yeah, I think we have a thing I'll be working on with Curtis pretty soon on his platform. I'll be hopefully making my first appearance over there on the PA Pile Driver. We have a little cool thing that we were kind of talking about. So, yeah, well, since he's in here, we'll plug him once again. Go follow PA Pile Driver Podcast anywhere you can find the podcast.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah, they just had their 25th episode.
yeah,
this
congratulations, 25 episodes,
Good for
man.
them, yeah. Keep going.
I'm a huge fan of him. I think he's a great kid. He's one that when me and Alex first kind of seen him and Paul, we're like, man, he's a huge PPW fan. We need to find a way to get him in the mix up there. So he does awesome, cool. He does really good interviews and stuff. So it's kind of bummer, man. We were starting to find a groove there, and COVID kind of shut it all down. But yeah, maybe we'll have him come on and review an independent show, or we'll go back and watch an old PPW episode, and Curtis can do like our car ride home, but our COVID home episode.
Don't call it that.
Our no car ride, stay home episode.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Andy, what do you got to plug?
Outbreak Wrestling on YouTube. Outbreak Quarantine. Episode 10 will come out tomorrow night. Probably. I don't know. It looks like they do it at 7 or 8, so I'll look tomorrow night for that. I don't know who's going to be on episode 10.
As soon as it posts, share it to a page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but episode 9 is out right now. You watch me versus Dina Steele in there.
Awesome.
I say that because it's been out for a few days.
Friday nights, Bang and Beers podcast will be live tomorrow night Friday. Friday at 9:00. Monday nights we'll be live with Truth Behind Illusion. Tuesday nights we're live with Not Cool in High School. Wednesday nights is a free night, but you may see interviews everyday people pop up there here and then.
Watch AEW.
You can watch.
And by the
AEW.
way, if you want to play along with us on Saturday and you want to watch Camp Leapfrog, but you don't want to part with $10, If you go to it's iwtv.com, right?
Yep. Or you could download the app.
It's Independent Wrestling TV, and you can even use a promo code Leapfrog
Get
and
5
get a
days
5-day
free.
free trial. Test it out. Maybe you want to keep it, maybe you don't. But you can watch Can't Believe Frog, and then you can listen to us talk about it on Saturday.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're super excited to cover that, and we'll see you guys this Saturday with that. And then where'd I leave off? Wednesdays we're off. Thursdays nights we're back here next Thursday. Pretty much almost every night of the week at 9:00 at night. You can catch us here on the IWEP network. That'll do it for Tornado Tag Podcast. We'll see you guys next week. We're out of here.